and we'll see him go up here against a very tough opponent in Nothing to Say. And what was that? It was Good Morning Bro from JT.
JT already starting.
Good afternoon.
It means that G2.iG, they woken up pretty much right now. And Aurora, they been practicing already. They woke up at 4 a.m. local time and then managed to get 4 scrims in, considering it's afternoon for them.
Man, playing Dota that early. I thought about it this morning. I went to bed early. I woke up pretty early. I thought to myself, do I play some early Dota games before we got here? And I just wasn't sure. I'd rather watch good Dota, and that's this. IG against Aurora. Put the big map on there for a second, and it looks as though Aurora might want to pressure for these bounty runes. Xnova just trying to collect one as it's going to be picked up by him, and 3 for IG to the 1 of Aurora. And it was the graphic on the screen during the pregame, the familiar faces. And Ali, he used to be with IG. They were talking about Super with IG as well. It's definitely, you know, like we saw yesterday with IG and Xtreme and IG and even Aurora, a lot of players that really have played a lot together because C and China really do end up mixing a lot and used to with a lot of the tournaments that used to happen.
Boboka did a little bit of a body block, used Dispose, and now the lane's going to push in because they are playing 2 melee heroes. Marcy early on doesn't really do that much, paired up with the Brewmaster. And we did talk about Boboka and Jinkyu having pretty similar hero pools. They love to go super greedy. Yesterday, Jinkyu, he was the real carry when he was playing that position for Marcy in that 60-70 minute game that we covered. Boboka expecting to do the same thing in this one. Try to go as greedy as possible. And also, they do have AoE. It's like Naga Siren for 23, but Radiance from Brewmaster, Empower, and also Morphling later on with his talent, Waveform attacks targets, cooldown on 25 if it comes down to that, Marcy with that extra damage. They do have AoE to deal with Naga Siren illusions before they become too tanky.
And when they had the Marcy in that game yesterday for Xtreme, it was with a Magnus as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's that same opportunity, and I think there's a lot of influence definitely from that last series here for IG. This Magnus, however, going to be played by Nothing to Say. I believe it was XXS who was on the Magnus in that game. It was Zinq on the Marcy.
He also played a game of Magnus yesterday on Nothing to Say.
Yeah, Nothing to Say has a very wide hero pool. He is definitely one of those guys who loves a new patch, loves to add something.
He's the guy that has the biggest hero pool at the tournament. I had to double check. It's him and Boboka with 11 different heroes played so far.
Ooh. Boboka, there was a time where in China, especially with Boboka and Zinq, they were almost fighting each other for biggest hero pool. They were playing things like Void Spirit in the 4 position back a while ago, like a year or so ago. They were playing Ember Spirit in the 4, things that maybe aren't your normal 4, but they do play pretty greedy, and that's why you'll see something like that. Lornoff getting body blocked under the tower. We have seen some great body blocks. Granted, this is a Timber. It doesn't really matter. He eats a lot of that damage. And is still here with half health after coming off 3 tower shots that hit him. But still a good job there putting the harassment in from Nothing to Say. 3 minutes in. See who's getting some Lotus Petals. 23 picks up the one over bottom.
23 having a pretty free reign in this lane, even though he's paired up with Phoenix, not the strongest position 5 in terms of securing the lane for your carry. But 18 CS on him. Getting close to that 20 already, 3 minutes into the game.
Monet here on this Morphling. He's had a couple of really good Morphling performances.
There was this one game that he played, I can't remember the hero, but he had 1.8k damage dealt total.
That was the Luna.
That was the Luna game?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
That was game 1 yesterday. Yeah, that was a rough performance. Usually, though, I will say the baseline for Chinese carries playing Morphling is
Boboka.
running with these fire spirits, and
Needs another hit.
will die and burn out to them. I was gonna say the baseline performance for your Morphlings in China is usually Fly, as top lane X-Nova. He'll also die. The blood grenade thrown there. Jab's working with only level 1 in the double edge, but having that stun, having the level 2 in Fable from the Rubik is more than enough damage. So anything Monet can do on this Morphling is shown recently to be much better than the baseline standard in China.
So far, so good for Aurora. Things are looking pretty nice in the side lanes. Jabs continues to farm up. Bobica making a move.
Go for Q. Q also having a similar style to Bobica, as they'll rebound, stop that TP, and get the kill on a Q. So IG finally get on the board. Well done there. And JT, he seems to be getting harassed a lot. He's 24-4, so before I say he's struggling, the CS is nice. He's just eating a lot of damage at the moment.
Yeah, I think he's in a good spot. Level 4 already.
Yeah.
Leaving some of that solo XP, because he's playing, as we said, into Naga Siren and Phoenix. Phoenix does provide you, as he gets levels, with, of course, more damage. Doesn't have that blood grenade. And if you do have stance, which he's maxing out, 2 points in Drunken Brawler, and Snare with status resistance is not going to be... Like, you can always TP out. You're way too tanky to be killed from 100 to 0. And we can see some of the stats from JT on Brewmaster.
2 games, 2 wins.
100%.
Best percentage you can have. So JT on this brew, he's going into the Radiance. We saw Jab struggle with this hero yesterday.
Yeah, because he had Lifestealer in the team, didn't go for Radiance, and then your scaling is not going to be there. So definitely needs to pick it up. I also wouldn't mind, because they had it queued up for a long time. Double Radiance, I would be okay with that, where your Lifestealer can disassemble it and pick up the item that I always forget the name. Nullifier, there we go. It took me a couple of seconds.
Yeah, I thought it was a good plan. We'll see how JT, how quickly he gets to this Radiance. Now this lane has really opened up for him. 1v1 against 23, who's going back and forth from the jungle, just gives a lot of open farm space here for JT. And we've seen how effective these Brewmasters can be. So the timing on that Radiance is going to be pretty crucial here to IG's pressure. And Bobica going into a Bracer early, we'll see if he does the same similar Marcy build where it's BKB early so you can rebound in, feel safe, and unleash onto your enemies.
You're having a hard time farming with this hero, so getting any kind of kills, your ulti is relatively long cooldown, minute and a half. JT is level 6.
Yeah,
X-Nova making a move. That should be the kill.
Bushwhack in, Primal Split, no 6 here for 23. Void Panda, if he runs, you can just pull him back in. They've also got the stun ready to go, and JT will get that kill on a 23, pushing him closer to that Radiance and slowing down that Agasar.
Bobica making that move, allowing them to...
Ooh, right before he forms back, gets the Cyclone off onto the Phoenix. Ollie, Icarus Tive back towards the tower, but they've got creeps here. So they're going to take the aggro from the tower. They're not going to get hit here on the side of IG, allowing Bobica to rebound, dispose, and
into
get...
Centaur stun.
Oh, the Centaur griefing. Centaur stunning 2 heroes, griefing him up, and now with Lornoff here at bottom, Bobica dies. This is a rotation that came out. 23 was just coming back to lane, but having the mid show up, well, makes good things happen for Aurora, and that Centaur... I mean, 23 thanking him the best way he can by making him into gold for his progress. 23
still close to top of the network, continues to farm up. Split is going to be available again in a minute. I'm going to see that Centaur.
Yeah,
Jabs not going to be happy that his younger brother did that 3-man stun.
Oh, man. And gets the kill. Really well done. Neutral creep getting that kill on Ollie. Yeah, a bit unfortunate, but then backing off, I think it gives a little bit of confidence just going forward. Lornoff going in, and he had a good mid lane, so he's happy to get that kill. Although I say good, he's a little bit behind. Nothing to say, he's fine.
Yeah, Lornoff will be, I would say, a bit more active on this Timbersaw. We'll try to make the moves. Right now, they are clearing some of the stacks. He should be the one grabbing those. Javs thinking about maybe getting one, and there it is.
Tax.
Kills the Centaur out of spite.
Always got to take some of it.
JT.
Ollie?
Not sure what Ollie's doing.
Oh, I guess just being a nuisance with fire spirits, hurting the CS. I'm so down for fun banter. There's banter that is a little
I don't
rude,
consider
but
XD or a smiley banter. This is just like low effort. But JT, he's a big clown. Love his personality, and he's always funny.
like I would love to be the teams be across from each other. You give a little XD and smile over. I'd love that. But JT always looks like he's having a fun time playing. Even when the games aren't going that well, especially with the in-game typing. It's always been a joy. And they will throw a sentry down, catch this OBS, and that OBS was placed because of moments like this, where Xnova comes in through the Twin Gate. He made that rotation last time. You got to stop that, and that's how you do it. Granted, that gives money over to the Hoodwink, and that's one of the things that I've noticed with a little bit of these drafts, is they'll give Xnova a greedier 5, but know full well that Bobica is going to be greedy no matter what he plays.
And that's how they play. Bobica is only level 4 right now. We'll need some XP. You can see the number of camps stacked. 6 on G2.iG, managed by legendary Jack Chen. And
missed the bushwhack.
Aurora.
Oh, still a good skewer, though. Xnova gets the kill on Ollie. Half expecting him to take
They really hate
JT.
this guy, huh?
Yeah.
JT called for the move. He's like, bring in the numbers. We gotta kill Xnova.
This has left Monet farming free top, but jabs as well. Monet sitting at about 5K net worth, so are the top 4 heroes on the net worth right now.
JT is owning. He's on top of the net worth, continues
free.
to farm up with Empowered level 3, so this Radiance is gonna be like 13, 14 minutes.
What was the old 25 talent for Brew that made him hit so hard?
Well, we gotta double check that. I don't know if it was his 25 talent. His
Or was it
his Earth one had a lot of building damage, and that was the time when he was paired up with Invoker, so people were just slow sieging with Invoker Alacrity plus Brewmaster.
Because I remember there was this game where General played Brew. He picks up a Divine Rapier, got that talent, and then he just cleaned up everybody in one hit. I think it was like the crit rate or something like that. But Brew still feels like such a strong hitter. Especially with that Empower. Like, there's some good targets here. For nothing to say to put the Empower on.
For sure. The game is slowing down, which does benefit G2.iG. They do have Magnus, who continues to farm up. You have completely uncontested Morphling in the top lane, so he's going to hit an earlier timing than this Nagasar. Nagasar usually needs to have 2 items, that's Manta Style plus Orchid, and that's when you threaten a kill on an enemy carry who doesn't have a Dispel mechanic, but it will be a pretty fast Manta coming out from Monet.
Monet happy with his time up top. Sacred Relic for JT. He's just 470 gold away from finishing off the Radiance. He's happy. We're going to go over and maybe make a move on the jabs, but he is quite tanky. IG maybe remembering from yesterday to not go after the tankiest hero on the enemy team as they did with Ame a bunch of times.
Killed that Bristle multiple times.
That was
a lot of attempts, but never managed to succeed.
Definitely. So JT just farming up a couple stacks here once again. He's happy with this. Really just getting so much out of the game. As he sits 3rd in the net worth. And, you know, all that being said, top of the net worth right now is 23 and JT. So 23's having a great time, and there's that Radiance. And this is a big timing for the side of IG.
They already killed the tower in the bottom lane. Ollie again, JT calling in the whole team to get a kill.
Bushwhack.
Even RP,
oh,
are you
RP
kidding
for
me?
Ollie. They're really showing that they kind of hate this guy.
JT with the smiles on camera. We've seen him for a second.
So I found out that the level 25 talent was plus 175% crit damage on Brewmaster at level 25. So that was, you know, that point you buy some big damage item, you crit heavily. That was the old one. Now, of course,
this hero has been changed. Each patch, there's a wall of text. I'm like, oh god, I have to relearn Brewmaster all over again. Move from Aurora. They do have a Blink Dagger on jabs. Can they get a big kill? They
Monet shifted pretty heavily, and one hoof stomp. He was broken. Hit with a Fade Bolt. He's dead. Wow.
That was quick.
Yeah, that's that full Agi life. But, I mean, that's the risk of being in that full Agi mode, and you have moments like that.
JT's ready to go.
Yeah, with Radiance, he's got Primal Split at the ready. He'll use it, Stampede to try and disengage, but X-Nova's here in the trees, avoiding that hoof stomp. Maybe they'll try to catch vision on him to throw him up in the Cyclone, but instead, 3 Panda will go after jabs, and the other one will look for a Cyclone target. But with the song, they're in a little bit of trouble. JT back to form. Now the Cinderbrew on a 23. Wait for him forward. Manta pop. Monet taking some heavy damage from Lorinoff. They go to the Supernova.
Good egg.
Might get some revenge, but it just breaks. His jabs and Ollie will fall. Timber chain onto this weird cliff over there in the pond on the left side.
It looked like a good egg
TP out
until Boboka popped that Unleash. So he's going to be the egg hitter in most of these fights. Aurora tried to disengage. They have 2 big disengaging tools with Centaur ulti and also Naga Siren ulti. So they can choose where they want to take a fight. Still losing 2 heroes, 1 core, 1 support. And I believe they didn't get anything out of that one. So yeah, another good fight for G2.iG. They continue to farm up. Boboka farming the jungle with Empower. That's going to help him get to his BKB. And will turn into a core. Manta style about to be completed on Monet.
Turn into always was. Boboka with a BKB soon, and that's a good fight there from IG. It's only 6-4, 6,000 net worth lead. Like, IG have just had a perfect laning stage. One that I would say the laning stage didn't even get broken up till that last fight, right?
I also want to see if G2.iG, this is something that they do the best from all the teams so far at PGL Wallachia, is feed random kills. When they are ahead, 5 up to 10k gold, they have some like random deaths on the map. It happened every single game that I watched them play.
See if it happens again. So Boboka just farming top for the moment. Where you've got X-Nova. What is this Hoodwink just going for?
Spirit Vessel.
All right, Vessel Arcane Boots. So this might be the first Hoodwink in this event that has not going
Bobokas in the team. If Boboka's not playing Hoodwink, your 5 Hoodwink can just go for Maelstrom as the first item. But Spirit Vessel, a lot of value. Stop the healing coming out from Sunray, which is only level 2 right now. Great against Timber, great against Centaur, of course, canceling his Blink Dagger and dealing current HP percentage base damage. Monet also now continues to farm up with Manta style online. We'll have that Dispel mechanic against Orchid, which is going to come out pretty soon, 23. Still in a good spot in terms of net worth, but JT is on top. He's popping off. And this is the, I would say, newer old build from Brewmaster, where people are going back to Manta style with Radiance. So you can have a Dispel and also become super tanky. Being Universal Hero Manta feels really nice. Allows you to get even more farm. Now with bots, JT, split ready. He's ready to go.
Smoke breaks, Blink up on the high ground. There's the RP used on a 23 Skewer, but actually the Bushwhack stops the Skewer from getting all the way down. They go to the song, Sunray Spirit Vessel. Ooh, stunt thrown at JT. He'll get that finishing blow. Ollie with the Icarus dive didn't stop it to go on the low ground. They'll find Lorinoff and they'll chase. As Brewling's going back to a singular Brewmaster in just a second, and there's JT just pushing mid, and they'll get this tier 1 while the rest of Aurora should disengage.
It seems like they don't have enough damage. Lorinoff has been pretty quiet in this game. Does have Kaya Sanj. Also the spell that Rubik gets to steal. He needs to steal. We don't have that like one small spell that he can steal, something cheap, you know. It needs to be a big ulti. Even though he stole RP in the previous one, it was still on one hero. Brew split could be a big one. Maybe like a big bushwhack could make a difference, but it's only level 1. And
Right.
now with no split available, no RP, they're going to make a move. Scan connects. They know something's cooking.
Thing, though, is they don't have Song. They don't have Stampede. I'm a little worried about this attempt if it's not perfect.
This is a big kill if they can get it.
JT's pretty tanky, though. Can they get him without everything? JT gonna start to run. He's got that Radiance. He's got that Drunken Brawler. They'll even Supernova for this, but it'll go the other way. And finally, they get this kill on
Revenge of all.
JT.
He even gets the kill. Why kill me? There we go.
And Ollie's even laughing.
You're rich, the most farm hero in the game. He got 400 gold from it.
Sad. Too rich, man.
And the big smile in the end. Thinking what he wants to write next time after he kills Ollie.
So, nothing to say. He's just farming here. Sitting third in the net worth, even with that 23 Naga Siren who finished off the Orchid. Going into the Eternal Shroud, we have really just spoke about this item seemingly every game.
Very good item.
One of the best items in the game. It's Wind Waker, Eternal Shroud.
I think Eternal Shroud is really up there. Very close to Mage Slayer from the previous patch, or 2 patches ago. Because you just have so much magic resistance. We've seen people pick up Eternal Shroud as their 5th item on cores. Now it's Roshan time. Doesn't seem like this one's going to be contested. They have more than enough sustain, sidekick, morbid mask, more than enough damage with Empower. Roshan's dropping pretty quickly. This is going to be BKB for Bobica.
Yeah.
One more
So now
creep wave.
4 cores on the side
Will
of
have
IG.
it. He gets the last hit, so does have it.
Conda next for Monet. And then we look elsewhere as Primal Split committed for Q. Void Panda just pulling him back. Cyclone keeping him within the range of that sentry and making it so they can see him. And they get the kill. JT, solo kill there on the Q. Simple as simple gets. JT, no comments. It's not Ollie.
It's not Ollie, so he's going to keep being focused.
Lordoff also going for Eternal Shroud. We've seen this a lot. Multiple Eternal Shrouds.
They are building 3 Eternal Shrouds at the moment on Aurora.
Okay.
There's a lot of magic damage. You're playing into Hoodwink, Morphling as well. Brewmaster with his Radiance.
Yeah. Seems a bit excessive. 3.
Definitely needed in this game.
All 3?
Yeah. These are your like natural item progressions. They caught him.
Stampede, nothing to say. Oi.
Takes it
RP,
first time.
he's still alive. Nothing to say is gonna survive. Ollie jabs, all getting caught. Lornoff's dead. Nothing to say, doesn't even die.
He's so tanky, sitting at 2.3k HP. They get on top of him. He fakes the RP first time after they moved and then gets it the second time. I want to see that again. That was beautifully done by NTS.
Wow. Just feinting that RP. Really well done.
Fake it till you make it. And another big kills coming out from Monet. I think he got a bit of a solo kill as well onto Q. They kind of missed the timing. And we're going to see that again. There's the Manta style into fake, into catching 2 of them, and then Bushwhack connects just for a second.
Nothing to say. Just on the edge of dying. With the double, are you kidding me? This IG team, a lot of smiles.
Good vibes in the team. I mean, it's no surprise. Legendary Venomancer player Jack Chen is the one who's managing the team, so I think his vibes are also felt during, like his presence is felt during the gameplay as well. You can feel it definitely.
Yeah, that guy loves Dota. Plays a lot of it. 13,000 net worth lead. 2 minutes left on this Aegis. As Bobica going into the Gleipnir. Interesting.
You say it differently every time. Gleipnir, Gloipnir. You had Gloipnir the other day.
Well, all right, to be fair, I said Glopnir.
Glopnir?
Yeah, that one was a little bit
I
of
don't
a
know.
meme.
Swedish people are not going to be too happy about that pronunciation.
But I usually stick to Gleipnir.
Yeah, Glopnir were really good against the Naga Siren Illusions, even though
Yeah.
like Naga Siren Illusions are having a hard time dealing the damage. 23 has been pretty silent, playing into Empower, playing into Radiance, and also the spell, which deals insane amount of damage to Illusions from Brewmaster.
Brewmaster, speaking of which, 15,000 net worth. This has just been the very fun brew game for JT. Just a super open lane, and it turned into this. And I think it's one of the things that I was realized yesterday. I would say there was one good brew game, and then people realized you can't give them that space, or it turns into this. So maybe Aurora have to learn this lesson if they are to let brew through again. Primal Split used, immediately going to the song, trying to avoid that panda.
Is the Earth Panda, but they're still chasing. They're going to be speedy. I think he's going to find him. Oh!
They went in the wrong direction. Meanwhile, Q dead again to Monet. Monet, he's focusing Q. JT's focusing Ollie. But just not as much talk between Monet and Q. 30 seconds left on this Aegis. They're starting to chip away at the high ground here. Backdoor turning off with the creeps coming in.
Not a chip damage. This is Morphling with 350 plus damage. Kanda already finished with Empower's sidekick.
They back away, knowing this Aegis is going to expire.
Aurora, they lost the early stages of the game pretty hard.
Yeah.
Missing the timing where they were supposed to be strong. Should be the ones controlling the fights with this early Orchid from Naga Siren, Timbersaw popping off. But that didn't happen.
I thought maybe Bobica would go for that Daedalus that we saw yesterday from Marcy.
Needs a little bit more time. Right now, continues to farm up. And speaking of farm priority, he's the one who's empowered a lot of the times. Like, look at his farm. He's more farmed than Jabs already. Almost as farmed as Lorinov.
And I think it kind of makes sense, right? Like, if you're about to fight, you empower Bobica. He jumps in with the BKB and unleashes. You just do so much damage. We've seen Marcy's with Empower, with the Unleash, able to clean up so quickly. So it does make sense when they were pressuring right there. And I do wonder if IG are going to be taking this time to wait. But this smoke says otherwise, and wait for the next Aegis is what I was getting at.
Still a minute and 50 seconds. This might be like 5 minutes if it's a longer respawn. So they're gonna go. They feel they're super strong right now. JT, his shard also available. Primal Split duration increased. Ollie.
Ollie?
He's gonna type something.
Yeah, still getting chased here. 23 gonna throw that Orchid, goes into the Supernova. The RP's gonna come through. They need to start focusing that egg. They'll scramble it up. Get that kill. Bobica pops the BKB. Song used. 23 disposed, pulled back. Now the BKB runs out.
Song
they have the stun
running out.
Panda, the Earth Panda. They get the kill on a Jabs. Monet getting a solo kill on a Jabs while all this is going on. So they have the control, pull back with the Void Panda, and take out 23 while Lorinov nowhere to be found as he continues to farm.
This game is donezo. I mean, G2.iG, they're in full control of the game. They have way too much damage. Aurora, they can't kill a hero.
No.
Now, we talked about Rubik not having any of the big abilities that he can steal. He does have Unleash, but you don't have enough damage. And speaking of damage, Monet, look at his damage.
A lot of it.
400 plus now.
Last kill.
That's their last glyph.
Last kill for Aurora came at 18 minutes on JT. He's now got that Octarine core. And we see this a lot where the teams on the backhand, like the back foot, just can't seem to get any kills. They can't get anything started. And I wonder what's changed that seems to happen.
Teams are also playing much more cautious.
Yeah.
This is elimination series, so they're going to choke them out on the map as much as possible. Also, having no displacement tools on Aurora makes things a lot easier when G2.iG are sieging the high ground. Roshan in a minute, but G2.iG, they want to take the fight. BKB from Monet.
Great RP coming in from nothing to say. Ollie's dead again. Monet cleaning up. They go after 23. GG's already called mid-fight. Kaka style. And IG will take game number 1 over Aurora.
What a clean execution. Aurora, they didn't really feel the presence of... They do have 2 same heroes, and they also have Grimstroke. So
Sheesh.
They could potentially experience that Lina Grimstroke combo onto 2 different heroes. And we've seen the exact same matchup a couple of times with this Viper being counterpicked by Lina, where you can, keep the invite me to vetting, 23 says. JT best Monkey King, a bit of XD action.
What else was said here? Yeah, best MK. Just a little good luck, have fun. I like the casual banter. Yeah, it's when it happens, if Soulbind connects and you go double
Doom, double finger Laguna Blade.
Doom. Does the game just turn off?
Yeah, pretty much. It's too powerful. You don't even need to use all of these things. Most likely you're going to be looking into double Doom, Laguna Blade. Things are going to get much more difficult for Aurora. And Monkey King as a hero in terms of some of the carries, these heroes get really involved early on. Both Weaver, we're going to probably see if Monet finds an opening that he's going to go and try to gank 23 through the gates. Monkey King also one of the best heroes in the game that he can do the same thing. We were not the easiest hero to gank, to be honest, but his rotation through the gates, he jumps on a tree, immediately goes through the gates, and suddenly he's there ready to backstab.
So just a question, I think the OBS was showing us the talents for Grimstroke because have 15 plus 25% soul mind spell damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Inkswell movement speed is nice, but I think in this one, you play for the other talent. you have Lina Lion in the team.
All right, somebody give this Grimstroke some farm priorities, some experience, get rid of 15 as quickly as possible. Let's see it happen. But I'm interested to see these matchups. Like the panel was saying, Lornoff coming in here with a Viper's a little bit shocking.
Not the typical Lornoff hero. I'm also a little worried for Aurora in terms of how they're going to make the plays. Viper is not that hero. Pango from the offlane, he can be shut down. He doesn't like to play into Weaver. This is also Grimstroke plus Weaver. When the hero was first introduced, people were pairing it up because you have Phantom on you and you have the Swarm. So you got to decide which one you're going to kill. Don't have enough attack speed for both.
That's really frustrating. Not easy to handle all that.
And also one of the best heroes in the game to be paired up with the Grimstroke, because you have max movement speed with Shikuchi, so you can easily utilize that Inkswell, get on top of the hero.
Yeah, Grimstroke, one of those heroes that's really good when you have communication, but not as good when you're alone in pubs. I think the Inkswell combination of just knowing when to pop and who to go with is so good. And we've seen it with Centaur before in previous games where you jump, hoof stomp, let Inkswell continue, pop, and then just keep that CC as long as you can. And Xnova on this Grimstroke just needing some harassment from Jabs and Q. And Jabs really trying to turn his fortune from what was his last game.
Yeah, didn't really enjoy it too much. Offlane Pango, we see that more often recently where you're using it as a flex pick. Pango, just doing Pango things. I think as a caster, it makes things a lot difficult when you have one hero being the first pick for the last 3 years or something. Oh, can't wait to talk about Pangolier.
What could I say I haven't said for the last 3 years? Well, if you didn't know, his swashbuckle, his strike count got changed from 4 to 3, but that was I would say more recent than everything we've spoken about with Pango, at least. So there's that. Inkswell. Not gonna stun, but there was the swashbuckle with the blood grenade. Xnova running away and will survive on a fraction of health. So no first blood just yet.
Ollie again.
And
in the old chat, JT.
Balance strike. Ooh, worse spike, and now a dead 23. They really wanted to try.
Oh.
Okay.
He has it. He
has it balanced.
Copied. Yeah.
And look at JT in his camera. He was laughing.
This
Ollie,
is
not so much anymore.
Yeah, this is a really strong lane from G2.iG managed by Jack Chen because they have stun, they have control for Monkey King. Jingu Mastery is level 2. This is when you're going to start to feel strong, but you're also playing into Doom, this damage over time and also having a bit of a control.
Swarm, Inkswell.
Going in.
Monet wants this kill, and it will pop on the Q.
Ollie.
Oh, boy.
No, I'm just saying, you know,
Oh,
Ollie.
okay. Or you just
Somebody
now,
dies.
look,
he's
top.
ready to go. Oh, he's thinking about diving, turning into clarity. Somebody should pick it up. Free mana.
Is that just how we have to cast the game now after every kill, Ollie?
Ring of Vasi dropped. He's pinging it out. Q will bring it to the bottom lane for Jab so that he has some extra mana regen. Offlane Pango does consume a decent amount of mana, and I think Monet should be fine as long as they can catch this squirrel off guard. Q has been playing pretty greedy on a Hoodwink as a position 4, more greedier, I would say, than other position 4 players. And looking at the mid lane, 14 denies, 14 CS on Lorinov. So, yeah, he's really struggling. Nothing to say dominating this matchup. A little surprised that they decided to go with Viper in an elimination game. This is like the second game. They lose this one, they're out.
It forced... He's doing so poorly that it forced Viper in a 2 points in the Nether Toxin, not going in any of the Corrosive Skin. So...
He knows that he's going to lose the matchup, so... Preparing for the jungle. Nether Toxin is going to be your way to come back into the game.
Seems so. There's nothing to say. Is just 31 and 16. That is the same amount of denies. He now has more denies than the entirety of the Dire side. That's pretty nuts. 23 gets into the trees. Will Primal spring away and back up into the tree. But Ollie, he'll be spotted with the Infernal Blade coming through from JT. Not enough damage to get the kill. JT actually losing his career to Ollie. They know something's
cooking. X-Noah did go through the gates. Monkey, Boundless Strike ready.
Not going to use it.
Because you can leave Monet alone at the bottom lane. There's no way that he's going to die.
Yeah.
There's just not enough stuns, no silences. So X-Noah can't afford to go through the gates, waste a little bit more time, even if this gank was not successful.
So X-Nova will pull. Just try to keep this creep wave nearby the tower so Monet can just farm up casually, going into the Dragonlance now. So he's happy with everything. The domination mid continues. You do have Laguna Blade available. Usually we see nothing to say. Make that first rotation when he does hit 6 to pop somebody, and if you're Ollie, you might want to be careful because that is definitely one of the targets that's going to be easiest to get the kill on with that Laguna Blade and the stun up top. So Jabs will stack the Ancient Camp while being forced to pick up that Wisdom Rune.
Yeah, being
with him
forced.
only being level 4. Well, I mean, kinda. Boundless Strike, Flame Break, Viper Strike, but the lockdown is gone. It's not going to matter, and
let's see if
they get
Ollie...
the kill on JT. Unlucky T. But
Laguna Blade onto a creep. Speaking of unlucky.
Uh-oh.
TP dead. JT, also known as just TP, is...
It's okay, bro.
It is okay. They're still going for Monkey.
Yeah, Hex.
I would definitely love to have that Laguna Blade. Instead, it was used on either Troll or a Skelly Bro.
Just not the right target at all. Some may say unlucky for Lina. Some may say lucky for Ollie. where he doesn't die there. So nothing to say with that. He'll continue to stay towards top. At least he stayed there for a little bit longer. And he's still continuing to elect to stay. So let's see. Woof. Oh,
he didn't
even get the kill.
Ooh. Wow, he really nailed it there. God, I don't think he even got the last hit on the creep.
No, didn't even kill the creep with Laguna Blade. This spell needs a buff. Can't kill one neutral.
It needs to be able to... I mean, how does Laguna Blade not one-shot the creep, but Dagon does? I guess because you have to spend gold.
Aurora.
500 damage.
Oh, immediate Hex. Phantom's Embrace. They go to the Viper Strike. Flame Break. Bobica on the run. He's dead. Boundless Strike to get that kill. Viper Strike was on to JT, but they don't kill him off. Good movements here from Aurora, but Aurora aren't focusing Monet at all, but Monet's not farming as well as he did in game number 1 with all this open space.
Yeah, he's going to catch up, and he's not too worried about getting initiated on. The only way they kill him if he is playing like super greedy, gets hit by a bushwhack, some Rolling Thunder combo, or if they get lasso on him. Not going to say, continues to farm up, does have boots of travel now available, needs to use the courier, and then he's going to have a bit more global presence.
Going Ags next, no surprise, early Ags, or first non-mobility item Ags.
Definitely needs more damage to be able to kill those creeps.
Flame Cloak has been the first choice for a lot of Linas we've seen. And despite the early advantages for IG, both their supports still looking for level 6. Only 2 kills to their name. They'll move over Bobica. Smoke breaks while Lornoff is focusing on some stacks, and this is some trouble. Laguna this time on a Viper. Inkswell hits, but from the low ground, the right clicks. Nothing to say will get the kill. Sharpshooter misses, and Bobica will end up getting burnt out by Ollie.
Bobica was sacrificed. Inkswell, go in. Not the hero that you want to run in with.
Yeah, we're not going to put it on
as a lion,
Lina.
but they did not have a melee hero in that engagement. Monet continues to farm up in the bottom lane. Seems like he's going to be going for Deso. We've seen Yatoro go for that item. Most of the time, it is just Maelstrom into Gleipnir. That item build seems really good because you have something to stop the TP with. But also the Deso plus Shard build makes it slightly more different how you play the fights and how you're going to move. It makes you slightly more predictable, so enemies can go for the gank because they know you're going to use Shikuchi. You need to get in the middle of the creep wave, so you could get surprise stunned by some like random bushwhack or Rolling Thunder with the Blink Dagger.
So level 6 available now for Bobica. Speaking of supports, though, looked over at Q, and he's super farmed. He's way higher than the supports on both sides, making some huge stacks. He's getting the benefits of that gold, and also looking to go into the Maelstrom.
Lornoff with clearing this stack, he's going to be able to recover. And it's also Jabs getting some of that farm, so only a recipe away from his Diffusal Blade. Don't see too much different item build from offlane Pango. You still want to get that Diffusal, maybe a Blink Dagger, so that you can get the better Rolling Thunder, especially if you don't have enough lockdown like Aurora right now. I think it's going to be pretty important that Ollie gets some farm as a position 5 Batrider, so that he can be the initiator for the team.
Yeah, and he's been involved in all 3 kills. He's got 2 of them, actually, so 1,300 gold. The blink time is going to be decent here for Ollie. Because it looks like he'll just go Brown Boots Blink. Cleaning up stacks again here for nothing to say. JT joining in to maybe help out a little bit, maybe take 1 or 2, as he does. Usually takes attacks.
Gotta love to see 3 heroes clearing the stacks together. It's been stack Dota for quite some time now.
Oh, yeah.
No fights happening, only 6 kills in 12 minutes.
That's half a kill a minute. Bottom lane. Bottom tier 1 is just taking some damage from Monet, who hasn't really moved here. And this is something we saw in game number 1, right? Like, the laning phase didn't really end for 15 minutes. And it's sort of similar right now.
All right, I want to see the amount of stacks done in this game. It has to be like 15.
I'm going to say, never mind.
So,
Oh, whoa. We got
9.
totals now on the bottom.
We do, all right. So 15, I was
After all.
not wrong. Thank you so much. And then 9, so we don't have to do the math immediately. Even though we did not have the problem with that. It was pretty quick and accurate because I was doing it.
Yeah, I was about to say, you didn't have a problem doing the math. I usually stay pretty quiet.
I could have said 66 and we'd be like, yep, that's the right number. 3 minutes into the game, 66 stacks for G2.iG.
Hey, that's what I'm here for, to just yep you up. You can say anything to me. I'll give you a yep.
So more stacks being made.
Yep.
Everybody is in the outer ring. Jabs ready to go. Same goes for Bobica.
Nothing to say. 1,000 gold away from hitting this Ags. Going into the Shard afterwards. He wants that upgrade of the Fiery Soul to go with it. So Diffusal finally finished there for the Pangolier. JT going into the Shivas. He hasn't really been touched at all, and we're still kind of sitting in this laning phase with the way the game's been going. And both these teams, similar styles of play, I would say, that don't really interact much early. So, not surprising that the games have kind of come out like this. 23, meanwhile, he's in the jungle. He's going for the Gleipnir, also known as the Glopnir.
First component finished. Maelstrom now. That's going to increase his farm.
Yeah, almost there.
I expected G2.iG to be more active with the heroes that they have. We haven't seen Doom. We've seen one good Laguna Blade on that Satyr creep. And then they stopped. Like nothing to say. Hands are shaky. When he finishes off Aghanim Scepter, has Boots of Travel, because they have relatively easy setups. Inkswell on top of Weaver. Weaver runs in. But never mind, stacks are more juicy looking than any of the heroes from Aurora.
Yep. So they'll both take stacks, and well, they moved a couple heroes down here for Aurora. I was talking about the Batrider having that quick blink, and it is here. 13 minutes, he had about 1,300 gold. Now we're at 15. He's got that blink, so he's ready to go. If they could find Monet, that would be the best for him.
Monet.
But they feel this.
No,
and they're
they know
leaving.
something's up. Even using the scan, so playing the top part of the map. A lot of heroes have been missing for quite some time. They feel like Batrider could have enough money to buy a Blink Dagger in 23.
Uh-oh. In some trouble. Swarm. Mischief. Wukongs. He is sitting there and will finally TP out. Nobody with Monet there. Despite them all sitting right by the tier 1 tower. All 3 of those heroes have lockdown, by the way. The one hero that didn't went after the Monkey King, and he just TPs out. I'm kind of shocked, honestly.
Gentleman's agreement.
We won't kill you if you won't kill us.
They can kill towers, though.
Towers are fair game. Tier 1 top dies. It's only a 1k net worth lead for IG. Q. 500 gold away from that Maelstrom. I like it. That's the difference between the X-Nova and the Q builds.
In a game like this, you don't. What do you need Atos for? You're not fighting. You're not trying to go for the kills. So,
yep.
Maelstrom is the scaling item. Smoke. Ollie blinks out.
Away. Bobica also has Blink, but they miss each other. Specialist Array picked up for Q. One of the better neutrals to pick up for this Hoodwink. There's that Orb of Destruction for 23. And Ollie, he's smoked. He's got Blink. We saw it just a moment ago if he wants to go for that Blink lasso. But nothing to say. Through that Dragon Slave, didn't hit anything, and realizes that they're farming that area of the map on the side of Aurora.
I think it's time to stack slightly more in the triangle to get a little bit more farm. 6 kill. JT.
Ollie getting that lasso, trying to get some
He's a
revenge
tanky
here on a
boy.
JT, but the sharpshooter comes in. He's broken. Rolling Thunder doesn't hit JT, so he survives, and lasso was used. Blink to try and leave. Ollie, though, he's going to be caught by this ink swell, so there will be a kill. This one onto Ollie, and
This time Centaur did not steal it.
waiting for JT's words, but
Didn't say anything, but
didn't say
JT
anything,
is
that's
super
fine.
tanky. Continues to farm up. Devour maxed out. Has Shiva's guard ready. Shiva's plus Doom available. There's not going to be any healing whatsoever.
Wukong's again, 23. Will TP out with the Earth Spike this time. Finger, Bobica comes in. He's standing in the
Bobica.
Wukong's taking a lot of damage.
Didn't get that finger stack. Doesn't matter as much, but they got the kill. So that's the second kill that they managed to get. JT also holding on to Purge as his neutral ability.
Thanks, Purge.
So that's going to be great against Batrider, great against Viper, even Monkey King. Removing the lucky shot, so might keep that one for quite some time.
Shard picked up for the Lina, so having that extra Fiery Soul upgrade that we were talking about before. JT still sitting here bottom. I don't think we've seen a Doom yet.
No, saving it for the late game.
Saving it for Torment. Blink, lasso, sharpshooter, another gank attempt here by Aurora, Rolling Thunder, and the Flame Break. This is successful. Nothing to say will die to jabs, and that's a good amount of gold going the way of Aurora. So finally getting a kill with that Blink Lasso combo. We've gone from 3-3 to 5-4.
Whew.
Bloodbath.
Yeah. Calm down, lads. We're missing all those kills. T-Tors,
Oi!
he's in.
Lord
There's
of
the
Doomed.
Takes up the region as well.
Shivas, and there's the Stroke of Fate with damage from Monet, and now it's 6-4. We're starting to really ramp up here
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
as they get that kill on a Lornoff who had been very quiet. His mid lane did not go well. That being said, he's only 1,000 gold behind the Lina. Bushwhack Sharpshooter X Nova dies, and now the turnaround with the Hex Earth Spike Mana Drain, but Balance Strike, Wukong's command. We saw Bobica die quickly from this before, and he'll go down to Q. 6-6 as the Swashbuckle connects on to the Weaver and sends Monet packing.
Monet, pretty difficult to kill. He's very elusive. They don't have any silences whatsoever, so they need to get the lasso on top of him. Otherwise, he's not going to die. Lasso available in a couple of seconds. Ollie, they're going different direction. Nothing to say. Bobica's drawing on a minimap saying get back away from the top lane.
A lot of Atos there for Q. Now that they're getting kills, this Rod of Atos feels very useful. I'll have that extra bit of control. Nothing to say going for the Aether Lens, just looking to deal some damage from a distance.
Radiant's middle
As they're going to go for this tier 1 tower. Lornoff doesn't have his shard yet. I like that shard a lot. Obviously, when you want to get after BKB in your first set of items.
It's really good when you are like so far ahead that you might want to buy it if you don't have enough damage, but otherwise spending 1,400 gold, there are better items to buy.
Yeah.
Now into the Roach Pit they go, but seems like they're changing their minds. Smoke, I want to see the big combo. Everything besides Doom is ready. It's going to be up in 15 seconds. Grimstroke, Doom, Laguna Blade, Finger. Let's go.
Yeah, they want that, but that smoke, unfortunately for them, right
Has
on
been
top of the
scouted,
ward.
yes.
That is just the worst feeling. Obviously, they don't feel it. It's
Guys, they're
us
cheating. They
seeing
know.
everything,
They
yeah.
went back.
Hobbs down here, and I think IG starting to realize that maybe they saw that. That's the real question. So this Hobbs sees Lornoff. This Hobbs sees jabs and Q. Blink in. There's the Doom. Coming through on a jabs and the Laguna Blade finish. They go and land that Earth Spike with the finger on the Ollie. He's not dead just yet, but both supports drop so quickly on the side of IG. They soulbound Lornoff over to Q, but it didn't matter. They didn't quite have the
do
damage.
much. Monkey King in Wukong's command deals quite a lot of damage. And again, you can feel that Q, he's starting to scale. He's going to be the damage dealer. A lot of the times, Jabs doesn't get the priority. Q's actually the carry of this team. He's getting closer to even 23's farm. Sentry Ops plays down. Their lineup is not that good at taking Roche immediately. So no Doom. And it seems like they still want to take the fight.
Blink in, Infernal Blade, and they go and hit the LSA. They'll get the kill into 23. Viper Strike onto the Doom. The tankiest hero doesn't feel so, as he'll end up dead to Lornoff, but Monet cleans up 2 more, getting more charges out of that Desolator.
3 seconds.
He's got it in 3. He's trying to survive, but ends up falling to Q. You said the damage dealer. He says the carry.
He's popping off. Does have Crystallis finished, and seems like they need to reset. Roshan going back to almost full HP. There's a tier 1 tower to TP2 for Dire side. Radiant with the outpost if they want to keep continuing to battle it out.
Dude, Q is...
Yeah, he has more farm than 23.
Yeah, he's the second most farmed player on his team. These 4 positions, man.
Last couple of days, we've been talking about him being super greedy, getting the farm priority, but this is his peak, I would say.
I think, yeah, this is just amazing. Core players in pubs, take notice. Us 4 positions, we're going to carry the game.
Has that level 15 talent, 2 Acorn Shot bounces, so gonna be even more damage coming out. Monet did not have BKB. There it is, JT. He's bored out of his mind. Oliver, I wanna doom you.
Smoked? Are you? Maybe. X-Nova dies to Q, who's unstoppable.
This is big Monka moment. Q is getting way too much farm. Gleipnir, Blightstone, and very close to Daedalus. This is gonna be like 28-minute Daedalus. He's easily one-shotting the creep wave. He can also farm the Ancients. And he's pinging it out. He's like, guys, if you want me to fight, I'll join, but I have one job to do, and that's get more damage.
Yeah. he's gonna pass Warren off, I think. He farms quicker, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, especially if he's gonna be outside of the base. Keep playing like this, because he only died once so far. Lorinov does have 2 deaths. Has a little bit of extra protection now with the BKB. Still yet to see the combo from G2.iG, managed by Korean Barbecue.
Famous Venomancer player.
Yeah.
Love that, by the way, they were showing the webcam of Q, and he's farming the triangle, and the whole time he's just one hand on the mouse, stretching. Now not doing so, but he's very casual about taking the farm from his cores.
Yeah, might need to see chiropractic after this game, because he's been carrying pretty hard in this one.
So, even in net worth, as JT looks for the BKB,
Dire's bottom tower is under
he's
attack.
top of the net worth for his side, and it looks as though it'll be a double BKB timing, as Monet already has his, so it will be 3 potential 9-second BKBs for IG. And
Are scanning.
also looking for damage is Monet going into the Crystallis. BKB almost finished for 23, and now Roche is top, and Aurora looking to get this Aegis. They're going to TP up the Lion, but nobody here for IG. After all those fights bottom, IG aren't going to be the ones who get this Aegis. It will be the side of Aurora.
That's pretty much a freebie. They already placed down Observer Ward. Scouted Bobica. Let's see if he's going to stick around.
He did TP, so he doesn't have
Dire's bottom
a TP to leave. He has a Blink Dagger. But the rest of the team is kind of there-ish. And Lena has Boots of Travel, so can be there in a split second or so. Bottom pushing in a little bit. But Aurora not pushing this creep wave top, and Bobica will blink away, and he's in to safety. Well, they start to split up on Aurora. Tormentor?
It is available. Lorinov is the one holding the Aegis. Super tanky, 3,000 HP on him. With some status resistance. A lot of magic resistance coming out from his level 15 talent on top of it.
And Shard for 23.
It's the same as ET Shard. So you swap position on your ability. Boundless Strike. This one auto cast.
Oof.
Hey, big.
That is so much gold.
Big kill. 700 gold for him.
Man. I was going to say, why did Pango get that shard? But he was bottom 3 of the net worth on his team at that point. And Pango already has his, so the 50-50 avoided Bat Rider and gave it to the Monkey King.
They are pretty happy about that one. Bat Rider not having a shard. Like, the worst combo of the heroes when you have on the team is you have Tiny 4, Bat Rider 5. You kill Tormentor and they get it 2 times in a row. You're like, oh man, we shouldn't even do Tormentor at this point.
I always say Tormentor's worth it.
It is worth it, but the value that you get from some of these support heroes is pretty bad.
Just tell him to buy it first before you do it.
Yeah, tell Bat Rider to buy his shard as
So
a
he
support.
can't, yeah. Exactly. Waste your
happening.
gold so we don't have to. Q, now knowing that he's the damage dealer, going for that defensive item in the Lincolns.
Also has Nemesis Curse.
Yeah, that's a real standout of when a 4 is trying to carry.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Applying a Nemesis Curse with Acorn Shot onto multiple heroes. Sentry Ops down.
Place down, blinking from Ollie, misses it. LSA is going to be off the mark as well. But the Earth Spike finger, that'll get the kill with the BKB pop by Lord off the go after Bobica. They'll take the line. They've got the Wukong's command down with the right clicks coming out. Nothing to say. They'll take the Lina. So, 2 heroes dead on IG. Buyback coming in from nothing to say. They want to go for this. Lornoff trying to TP out. Buyback also committed from Bobica, but with the Primal Spring and every single bit of movement here from Aurora, they really do have a good way to disengage. Q gonna scurry, throw a bushwhack out. That connects the Acorn shot, slowing them down. Almost killing Bobica. Oh my god, one Acorn shot was enough. It bounced back to Bobica 3 times.
He's gonna die here. We'll get Doom. This is a core hero, so they want to kill it off immediately.
Yeah, it's worth it.
I'm not sure about this one,
For
boys.
that.
These buybacks coming out, like, you're not gonna get any value. There's no tier 2 tower in the top lane. There is no Roche to contest. There's still Aegis on Lorinov, so a little surprised that they decided to do it.
Ooh, holy hell, one Acorn shot takes out Bobica. That was
the one who bought
unfortunate.
back, so his itemization is not gonna be there. Only holding a Blink Dagger, the least farmed hero in the whole game.
Yeah, he's the other position 4, and his net worth is almost getting tripled by Q. That's rough times here for Bobica.
They haven't managed to execute a single combo with the Grimstroke. I want to see, you know, double, triple ulti. Mostly Doom.
He's almost level 15. So,
He needs some item that he can get close. Does have Etherlands, had Blink in his quick buy. I feel like Blink is kind of a necessary to be able to execute. Your Doom does have a Blink Dagger. This triple BKB timing hasn't achieved much for G2.iG.
all of a sudden, Lornoff finally fits into that top 3 net worth, which was occupied by all of IG for so long. But with the buyback coming out from nothing to say, his net worth dropped. And Lornoff now at number 2. He's been in these fights and kind of forgotten about. He just BKBs and he's throwing out a good amount of damage. That'll happen when the focus is on a 4 position, just
Unless
spitting damage.
Lorinov is doomed, he's not gonna die. If they want to kill him, they need to drop the Doom, and also it needs to be Monet
Q.
on top of him.
Whew.
This is the 3rd time that Q died.
They're
It's
really
worth a lot of
hating it.
gold. I can't really complain about these kills, because they're worth a lot of gold. Going into Lincoln Spheres, they want to have some kind of protection against Viper, and mostly Blink initiation from Batrider. Same goes for Aurora. They are building into Lincoln Spheres.
That double nuke, though, Finger Laguna. Where is
Lotus Orb's going to be a big pickup if Jabs can farm that quickly. Gives you protection for almost 10 seconds.
Scanning.
It's a long time to be protected against this targeted lineup. Ags for 23, soon to be finished off. With Q dead for another 20 seconds. A lot of damage out of the hands of Aurora.
There's the obs. It's been spotted. Gem on Jabs.
Just worried about jumping for it, but with IG finally backing up, they'll throw a sentry down just to stay safe. And we'll grab that obs. This time, Gem now bought by Xnova. So, net worth is even. A lot of that because Q's got a lot of farm. We talked about how quickly a Hoodwink can farm. I think we've talked about it quite a bit, about how well this hero is doing right now. But switching from the Lincolns, by the way, to an Aeon Disc.
It's a cheaper one, playing against Lina, so you can get one shot. I believe he did the same thing yesterday because he was playing against Lina Lion combo when they were playing Team Spirit.
So they smoke as Roche. 55 seconds till that's back up. BKB's being built elsewhere, and there's that Lincoln's for nothing to say. But a little bit of time of fight, and now, while waiting for Roche, definitely time to farm and keep it a little bit quieter around the map for Aurora, but IG thinking otherwise. So, Daedalus for Monet next.
Q again.
Not going to allow Q to out-damage him. Ooh, Earth Spike off the mark. But they've got the double nuke.
The red and the blue.
They are really trying to make the squirrel extinct. As they'll go in with Boundless Strike, the Wukong's command, zoning them a little bit. The lasso comes in, they get the kill on JT. The Soulbind is there, but they already used the double nuke. So, no Finger, no Laguna, but it does stop the roll from going forward onto the IG team. So it's worth it to Soulbind to escape.
They would definitely love to have that Doom right now, but he's the front line. Might need to use Monet as a front line, considering that he does have Lincoln Sphere, and there's nothing to break the Lincoln Sphere, at least now on Batrider. There is no Force Staff, so he can't blink in. He's relying on somebody else, and looking at the other abilities that can't break it, there isn't much. There is, what, Force Staff / Pike on Viper, Viper Strike, but I don't think he wants to use that just to proc the Lincolns.
So it's really tough to break it, get through to these heroes, but they did trade 1-1.
15 seconds until Roshan spawns. Somebody should stay inside.
Well, the 23 for nothing to say. He's closing in on 25. So we'll see what he takes for this.
Oh, I really wonder what he takes with this spell damage build. Going into Refresher, wants to lower the cooldown on his Laguna Blade. Monet is about to finish off his big item.
Ooh.
That's Daedalus.
Yep.
With level 20 talent, 90 Geminate attack, plus amplified damage. This Roshan should drop down pretty quickly. Everything is ready for G2.iG.
That being said, Aurora, they're the ones who are over here by Roche. This time it looks as though IG are setting up to respond. Last time they only had Bobica nearby and nobody's there in Roche. They'll throw a napalm stack in just to pull Roche out and check if anybody was in there. But JT showing and pushing up with Xnova right behind him. They're just trying to get these creeps pushed forward so they can go towards Roche.
JT, he can be the front line. The problem is he doesn't have a TP ready for 20 seconds. Buyback is available. There's tier 2 tower, no tier 1, so needs like 10-15 seconds to come back into the fight if he uses buyback. We've seen this so many times, hiding in these outer rings, trying to find position. Aurora, they do have Observer Ward planted down near the gates and the sentry. Q killing the creep wave immediately.
Has that armor corruption talent at level 20, so even more damage coming out from this Hoodwink.
Give me that Soulbind spell damage, 15 talent. Want to see the combo. Lincoln's dropped on X-Nova.
And a pause from Lorinoff. So he'll pause for a second. Hopefully a quick one. But tension's high right here in the game. Lorinoff is ready to go. He'll call G. And
Oof, that was close. If he dropped another one, game ends.
just automatically.
I still can't believe there are players who do have a good game well played.
Bound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never. Wukong's and the Boundless strike in. They're going to try and go out of the Doom with the BKB being popped. Now, they've caught themselves the Grimstroke. They'll get the kill into X-Nova. He never got the Soulbind off. The chase here with the Rolling Thunder, but the timeline from Monet goes back towards Lorinoff. He's back by Bobica, who will throw the Earth Spike out, but he doesn't have the survivability to get away from the side of Aurora. 3 heroes dead, make it a 4th. The buyback committed from the Grimstroke, but nobody else able to get back into the fight. And with Aurora winning that one, they'll get their treasure, which is this second Aegis.
Yeah, Jibs did one hell of a lot of damage, and also the control, exactly what they needed. Execution from G2.iG, the plan was good on paper. Using Inkswell immediately to break the lasso on JT. But still not enough, and this Wukong's command with Shard, where he can swap position. Uh-oh, nothing to say.
BKB doesn't have TP. I was going to say didn't TP, but doesn't have it. So he's now in such an awful spot. Ogre Seal Totem getting him some distance. Will take out a courier before he dies, but the Lincoln's is popped, and his life as well will be taken by Aurora.
Last couple of minutes, it looked pretty rough for G2.iG. Not able to find a double Doom a single time in this game.
I don't think we've seen a double anything, really. There's been some Soulbinds,
We've
but
seen double feed when they buy back and do nothing, especially from Baboka, who... And there's that replay one more time, just making sure.
X-Nova's positioning, he's just so far forward in the fight, and this Rolling Thunder allows him to get seen.
You can't fight inside Wukong, so there's like a lot of damage on the ground. Look at jabs rolling, and then time-lapse in the middle of all these heroes. Gleipnir, it also gives vision. I don't think they have any sentries around, but yeah, Gleipnir providing vision against Invis units. Monet needs a little bit of extra lifesteal or something. Had Satanic in his quick buy, but now swapping things around, going for Hurricane Pike, which is going to be a little bit of extra protection.
Tormy taken. Bobica gets that shard, but while that's happening...
Lorinoff does have shard available now. Holding the Aegis, has silence, and also about to become universal with all these stat items.
Uh-oh. They still have Soulbind. Nothing to say did for 45 more seconds. Yeah.
Last 40 minutes, but still unable to execute. There's the wraparound.
There goes that tier 3. They're looking at a wraparound without Lina. I just don't know if you want to fight.
He's going to buy back. Ooh, Dire using scan. They know. They're having a good read. Aldi in a good spot to break the smoke.
Uh-oh.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
JT.
Radiant are scared.
There's a shield rune available that he's going to pick up, Monet. He needs to really watch out.
JT hasn't been harassing Ollie in the old chat in the past 10, 15 minutes.
Things get real. You stop typing.
Radiant's bottom
14,000 net worth and lead now for Aurora. As the mid-set racks were taken, Monet has that Daedalus, now wanting that Hurricane Pike to create some distance.
It's a good, I mean, maybe he can go inside Wukong's command, and if 23 is on the edge, he can push him out of the Wukong's.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty nice.
It'd be
Easy
slick.
to say, difficult to execute.
Oh, yeah. So, while this is going on, Aurora, they'll back up towards their Torment.
This is the face of a man who's about to become universal.
Yeah. Just one creep away. Universal. It must feel so good. Just get that boost to Universal. So, see how this goes for IG. Buyback situation for IG is grim. In that, just Lina and Lion have it.
So with all these items, I was looking at his damage. He received 140 extra damage, becoming universal.
Sheesh.
And that's before Lincoln, so that's going to be even more stats.
Yeah. Certainly better to be Universal than be Disney, so good there for the Viper. Timeless Relic picked up for the Bat Rider. Cheese halt on here by 23. Aurora still pressuring the other side of the river, and they are really looking to make something happen with the last minute of this Aegis. But with the last minute of the Aegis, if IG time this right, that could be a problem. Triple Ninja Gear for the side of IG. And there goes that Tier 2 tower. Smoke from Aurora, 45 seconds remain on this Aegis. So they're going
for a little bit of a split push, but look at that.
Yeah, he does not have the access to that
and
shard.
Also minus armor from Viper. Q did pick up Deso, does have A on disc.
Glyph was used, Tier 3. That got taken to the bottom lane. They look over at Bobica. They're going to use the Doom. They've got the Wukong's command, but it's a lot of trouble here for the side of Aurora. The Soulbine's going to finally connect. They've got the double Laguna Bleed. They get the kill onto Jabs. They lose Bobica. 23 on the outer edge of this 25 ring. The bottom center racks were taken by Monet at the same
still
time.
Not done. This is the play. G2.iG.
He's just
got
committing.
A lot from this one. Xnoa dispels it off immediately. There is buyback available.
He takes that effigy and he's trying to make it so the creeps push in even deeper.
They take a big L from this one. This push not really working out for Aurora.
Finally seeing a double Laguna and the strength of it.
How much damage was that from Lina? 4,000 damage. Double Laguna Blade, level 26 right now. Laguna Blade on 25-second cooldown going into refreshers. So we might see, this is the combo. Still yet to see the big one, but double Doom, 4 Laguna Blades, and 2 fingers.
That's like...
And double Hurricane Pike from Monet. So that he can
can't forget
do
that.
something. Yeah, that's very important. Monet about to crack level 25. That's a big damage increase. 1 Geminate attack.
Man. Even more damage for Monet. He's still looking at that Hurricane Pike. I was going to say, he had 5,000 gold. Whether or not he wanted to buy it was the question. Putting up a whole creep wave real quick. So Pike Satanic in his future. Buybacks starting to come back and be affordable for the side of IG as well. Viper and Monkey King do not have buyback. And 23 is 2,300 gold short of his.
Not even close, but he does pack a punch. 4,000 HP on Monkey with level 25 Wukongs. Make things a lot difficult. They have no repositioning tools, so they can't really drag him out. We did talk about this Pike from Weaver, which is probably not going to happen.
JT, Shivas, and Smoked. Thanks to having that Ninja Gear. So many heroes having Ninja Gear on the side of IG, it feels like they're popping a full smoke, but it's just 3 separate Ninja Gears. As JT just moving lane to lane, cleaning up some creeps. He's also going into a Lincoln's. One of their biggest issues right now is finding Monkey King. He hit that level 25, and he took that additional Wukong's command's ring size, and we saw it in that fight, where the ring extends all the way to the racks, but he's sitting on the low ground by the steps over near the jungle.
They could still kill him. Like, if he goes in, he gets doomed. Monet's gonna feel a lot more, I would say, safe coming into the next fight, having a BKB, having Lincolns, and also Hurricane Pike. Satanic Divine Rapier queued up for him. Satanic definitely needed, especially with this build. When you go with Shikuchi, Shard, you hit onto 2 heroes, go back to full HP immediately.
He's got to get the gold there, so somebody show him the money, and he'll get there eventually. But I don't even know what you replace in this entire 6-stack. You just get rid of treads, right? But to get Satanic and Divine, what do you move it?
Yeah, you just upgraded to Hurricane Pike. Usually you sell Dragonlance. If it's a good game for Pike, you're going to keep it, but we'll have to see how it plays out. He's sitting on 5,000 gold for now. It matters that he has buyback available. Bobica hitting level 20. That's a big one. This AoE Earth Spike.
And that cone effect.
And the cone effect.
Oh yeah, brother.
Very important in the next fight. Let's see if he's going to be able to get multiple stuns off.
Ornoff. Ooh. Off to the side. There is a tree that's got a cloud under it. Definitely normal. 23. Ooh.
He scouts them out.
Scouts them all out. They've got the obs, they have the vision, they'll go to the blink as well as the last of the Wukong's command coming up for 23. They've got themselves the Gaimin with the damage coming through into the Grimstroke. They'll take out X-Nova with the BKB be popped by JT. He's hit with a Viper Strike, but BKB TP out, Rolling Thunder, jabs looking, nothing to say is gone, and Monet will run away.
No, not too bad of a fight considering that Monkey King scouted 4 of them and immediately jumping Grimstroke, knowing that if he doesn't jump him, there's going to be Inkswell, so Lasso will not be there. Roshan about to respawn, that's the big one. Third Roche on Dire's side with the Aghanim Scepter.
Buyback from Grimstroke, they want to commit, they can't let this go the way of Aurora. We're up 15,000 net worth. Primal Spring, the damage is going into Roche pretty quick, like you said. Are they going to get there in time? Doom's going to go forward, and there's the BKB pop. They got the Doom on a Warnoff, though. The Wind Waker up into the air, trying to stay in the Roche pit so he can take himself the Aegis. The LSA's going to hit. They've got the Aegis on a Warnoff. Oh, he snatched it. The finger there, too. It's just not enough damage to start. They get the kill on Ollie. He's going to buy back immediately. The Aegis is going to be used here by Warnoff. JT, he's trying to stay forward on a Warnoff as well as jabs. The LSA comes in with 23 going to the backlines with Balance Strike. They get the kill on X-Nova. Right clicks from Warnoff. Looking over at JT. Ollie's going to die a second time. They get the kill on a Bobica.
He needs to get in with that amplified damage, still running.
Q coming over, you know that Q's got the damage. Monet gets the kill into jabs, but nothing to say, just absolutely melts. Monet comes in with a time lapse. Had the silence for a second. JT on the run now. Has 3 heroes from the side of Aurora looking over and searching for these IG heroes to kill them off. Ollie's courier dies with a gem on it. Not sure if somebody picked that up, but they've got the Gleipnir, silence, BKB popped here by 23. Balance Strike with the shard. He jumps over to the other side. Duels up in the air. I think it's the Wind Waker that came out from JT, but they've got the Wukongs. And it is too big to get out of.
He does have buyback. Mid lane is approaching. They did kill off those barracks earlier. What a clutch play coming out from Lorinov again. Coming in, stealing that Aegis, and also Aghanim Scepter was on the ground for a really long time. Jabs was the one who picked it up, so he has double Aghanim Scepter. He can give one. I believe Viper should take it. It's also good on a Batrider, because he has Timeless Relic, he has a BKB, so he can be the one controlling 2 heroes, potentially.
Yeah, Nosedive would be great against these heroes.
What a stupid spell ability.
Nosedive?
Nosedive, yeah.
Oh, I like it.
We don't see it as much. There was a time when people were playing Mid-Viper with this Bloodstone, Kai Assange, Aghanim Scepter build, where you can't die, you're life-stealing off everything. But this Viper, 400 damage with all the minus armor.
Woo! Top set of racks, just like that, gone. Mid is pushing in with a lot of creeps, double catapult wave, and they're looking to get megas. Aghanim Scepter dropped here by jabs, 25 seconds till they get Monet back into the fight. Nothing to say, we'll try to defend. They go to the link because they've got the Wukongs once again with the cone, though, from that Earth Spike. Wind Waker out of the circle, but Bobica not so fortunate. He will die. He does have buyback, and the tier 3 tower will drop. Warnoff doing a lot of damage and keeping this Wukong circle active.
He's going in. He
trying to get
mega
mega creeps.
Bottom melee barracks. 1 hit from Deso, couple of right clicks from Viper.
70 seconds till they have Doom back up thanks to the Octarine core that's on the Doom. He also wants a refresher soon. But it's a 25,000 net worth lead here for the side of Aurora, 51 minutes into the game.
I think Monet needs to buy Divine Rapier, and there it is
on the courier.
He had Satanic, but lacking damage. He needs to lock onto a target and immediately blow it up. A lot of buybacks that can come out from Aurora. 4 available out of 5. I think eventually you're going to be playing against Mega Creeps. With next Wukong's command, they can run in. There is no glyph available for another 4 minutes, so they can get the Megas.
Yeah, it's pretty simple for them to kind of slow roll this, right? Wukong's is just so big. It's difficult to put yourself in a good position to even find a way to get in.
You're not getting in. Also, this damage on the ground, if Monkey's
got
standing
the
inside
Ags.
Wukong's with Aghanim Scepter, it's way too much damage that you receive. If you're blinking on top of him, you're already down to like 60% HP.
And they've tried their hardest to try and wait out the Wukongs get out of the circle, but then there's that follow-up from Jabs, there's that follow-up from Q, the Rolling Thunder, the Bushwhack, the Control, the Lasso, everything there that makes it so difficult to run even after they use that Wukongs. And you could see that 25 Talents picked up double Acorn Shot. Hey, 30 minutes ago, an Acorn Shot killed Bobica in 1. So 2 of those
Will kill 2 Bobicas.
which is almost the whole team. Doom applies mute now at level 25. So we're back. Get us
That's
in
the
a time
normal
machine.
Doom. This ability is still very good. One of the best abilities in the game. You get Doom, you're like, well, there's nothing we can do. At least before you could try to get a deny.
28,000 net worth lead for Aurora.
Let's see if he kills the courier.
Refresher. I mean, this could be
Never mind. Q.
pretty massive.
Lincoln's Aeon Disc available on him, plus Ascetic Cap. So there's going to be a lot of status resistance.
Oi. And even this late into the game, he's taking that Purge creep. BKB TP out. And he is back to base. IG kind of stuck in their own base for the moment. Swift blink for Lorinov, who, may I remind everybody who's been watching, if you came in a little bit late to this game, he got demolished mid. And is now the top of the net worth, the hardest hitter, and the biggest pusher. So he is recovered. Whereas you could see Q has 30,000 net worth. He is still tripling the net worth of Bobica.
And Bobica having a rough time. 10 deaths on him.
So IG in a position where they need to hold. There have been moments where Chinese teams have made some spectacular holds on the high ground.
Rapier is available. So 700 plus damage with the Geminate attack, Shikuchi attack. That's going to be a lot of right clicks coming through. He can kill some of these heroes in 2 seconds. Even we're talking about Pangolier. Hoodwink doesn't die as easily, considering that she does have Aeon Disc. But Batrider can definitely die. Doesn't have. He needs to put this Ghost Scepter in his inventory.
So we'll see if IG can do it. And the moment of high ground hold that I was alluding to was with Alina the last time I saw it from a Chinese team. It was RNG, Somnus Helt with Lina just absolutely blasting out damage.
That was the right click, Lina.
Yeah, that was old machine gun Lina, but maybe Weaver can imitate history.
They're going in. This is what I wanted to see long ago.
Base,
23 with Refresher. They can take these barracks. No
Wukongs.
Glyph available, and that's going to be Mega Creeps.
Oh, for sure. Thinking about the Rolling Thunder, LSA as well as a Dragon Slave, but there's not much they can do except the fact that they are up against Megas, JT, and Bobica. Where are you? Bobica bought back last time this happened. He got the Doom out onto Ali, but now JT has to run.
Windwaker buying a little bit time.
JT trying to get out of here, and he gets invis thanks to the ninja gear, finds himself some space, but almost finding himself in the grave.
You're in a lot of trouble now. Another Wukongs is available. Refresher has been used, but they can try to replicate that. They also have Mega Creeps coming in now.
Seems like potentially one of those moments where we do get to 60 minutes because Roche could be 2.5 minutes away, which would put it at 59.
Let's see.
But with a Divine Rapier and the advantage that Aurora have, they might feel comfortable enough to just run up the high ground, especially knowing that Bobica's not back for 60. Which, I mean, that is Earth Spike, that's the double finger. Not as effective as the double Laguna, but we really haven't been seeing double
Towers
anything.
are melting.
Even through backdoor protection, they're putting the
Double
hurt
Lincolns
on these towers. There
Make
goes
it
one
triple
tier
now
4.
from Jabs.
LSA, Lincoln's pop. Jabs comes in with the Rolling Thunder. Monet trying to find his moment to get the damage out. He looks over at Jabs for a second with the Wukong's command being committed to this one. Monet with a Divine Rapier kills off Jabs. He's got buyback. Roche back up in 10. They took only one of the tier 4 towers. But Aurora, with the poking and prodding, they are getting there. That Shiva's on the edge connects onto Q, but there is no follow-up. And Roche is up again.
Problem is, how do you leave the base? They don't have the best heroes to deal with mega creeps other than Monet. JT, he's pretty slow in clearing those, has limited damage with Scorched Earth and Shiva's Guard. There's the gem on the ground. There's another gem near Warpine Raider. But
Yeah, that
Monet does have a lot of gold in the bank, 7,000, almost 8,000 gold. If they can get this Roche, pick up Aghanim Scepter on Doom, these Lincoln Spheres are causing issues.
Problem is, it's Batrider already there, and they see that Monet is trying to push these creeps, but even with the damage he deals, killing a creep wave isn't exactly instant for him. Everybody from the side of Aurora, 4 heroes have TP'd to Roche. So Monet here alone is a dangerous proposition, and he should understand that these heroes are probably camped up here for the side of Aurora.
Monet's bringing bots too. He wants
Courier
to be the
flying
one
over.
pushing out this bottom wave and TPing to his teammates so they can, you know, at least have one lane pushed in. Because right now, it is nothing to say with bots too, but still having a hard time pushing that bottom wave in immediately. Monet.
Killing creeps. Xnova, I believe, saw the courier. It was Monkey King's courier flying over to the Roche pit. I thought he caught a glance of it as it was on the edge of the trees, but they won't try to fight this, even though it was 4 heroes on Aurora at the initial moment.
There's too many stuff on the ground. Jeez.
Warnoff now going to have Ag's Blessing.
Still
and
there.
Nosedive. So Nosedive with that AoE for 4 seconds, disarming post BKB could be huge to put on a Monet.
Is under attack.
Take away all of the damage that IG have. As it's Aegis on Warnoff as well.
Block of cheese being made.
Interesting.
Let's see if they're going to be able to do it.
Blink in, Lincoln's LSA, that lands on a 2. JT in some trouble with the Wind Waker back onto the high ground, looking over at Ollie. He's got the right clicks, he's on the cliff right now, but he's gonna go to the low ground. Now they've got the Wukong's command, they'll start to evade this, but the damage coming out against kill on a Bobica as well as Xnova. Monet on the run with the Lincolns, that's getting popped on with the Rolling Thunder from Jabs and the BKB from Monet. He'll just leave.
60-minute items
on the
in
table.
5 seconds. So they're gonna get some here. 23 still killed the creeps before 60-minute mark, but
There's
found
one.
it. Lucky.
And we
See what
saw
he's gonna get.
Stygian Desolator. The thing is, too, 23 doesn't even need to commit. He's been sitting, letting the Wukongs do the work for him.
Yeah, he does have Divine Rapier of his own. 750 damage plus with critical strikes and minus extra armor from this. So
Apex for
it is
Viper.
time. It is time. Oh, of course. Let's see his damage now with Apex. 450. Whew. Has 69% nice physical resistance and 65 magical on Viper.
I believe Ags purchased for...
Now 72. Never mind, he swapped something out. Moonshard
449.
flying out. Does have buyback available. I think it's time. They should commit. There is Glyph
Buybacks
for both
available.
of the teams. And we have 9 out of 10 buybacks.
Yeah. Hey. Stygian Desolator now for Monet. Again, if he can get the damage out, they have a chance. You see that he gets Jabs down to about a 3rd health in one shot.
Jabs needs to be careful with that Rolling Thunder. Stay away from Weaver.
Still 7 seconds left on this BKB cooldown for Monet if they were to catch him. JT off to the side and 23 laying in wait. Just waiting for somebody as he's got the trap.
Apex
down.
and Hoodwink.
Seer Stone for Lion. Monet still holding on to the Timeless Relic. Book of Shadows for Jabs, so he'll try to survive a little bit longer, and Ollie with his own Timeless Relic. Warnoff casually walking onto the high ground, nose diving. Stunned for a second, has the Aegis. You see the damage, down to half health.
Immediately. He's level 30. Viper Strike now with Another level 25 talent, down to 15 seconds.
Glyph available for both teams in case of panic. Break glass and press Glyph. Magic Lamp for Ollie. Rolling Thunder comes in. Now they're going to look over. Monet with the BKBB pop. They go after 23 with the damage coming out, though. The Laguna Blade. He'll go into the Mischief for a second. Force Staff out of the Wukong's command. They get the kill on another. It's going to be forced to buy back. Monet dies. Divine Rapier on the deck. It's Sharpshooter being charged up by Hoodwink.
Lorinov picked it up.
And Lorinov has the Divine Rapier. This is looking grim here, as another Divine Rapier is here for Monet.
He was so ready with that one, but no buyback. Also 23, he used his buyback, so a little bit of an opportunity. Doom still available. That's even pre-refresher. I think JT should invest all of his gold, buy that refresher. He's smoked up with Ninja Gear.
Nice.
Go to the enemy secret shop before they can get there, because double Wind Waker, double Shivas, BKB, and the Doom, most importantly, and he's gonna buy it out.
They swapped Divine Rapiers, I believe.
Because Monkey
23
dropped one.
died.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, you lost yours? Give me yours. And they both fought back, so Monet caught by the Bushwhack. E-Blade, Monet, Rolling Thunder, needs to be careful. Looking at the throne, they'll go to the Doom. They finally get it on to Lorinov. Now do they have the damage? Boba's in the lasso. The right clicks in. The Aegis is going to be taken to the hands of the Viper, so they got to kill him off once again, but they go after Jeff.
Oh,
right clicks coming up from Monet. There's the refresher. Looking over. Can they get anything more? Aurora start to leave with the creeps pushing in. Sharpshooter misses on a Monet. They're keeping the Lincolns on him, so he's safe. But man,
no real
they show
commitment.
that they can kill Lorinov.
They can. They definitely can, but he does have buyback, so maybe they need to wait it out with the next refresher to have double Doom available. Octarine Core lowering the cooldowns, but yeah, still anyone's game to take. If they make a mistake, but they could also, close it out with double Wukong's refresher coming off cooldown in 50 seconds for Monkey King. Also Monet, he did sell his Deso.
Yeah, got the Stygian Desolator.
Yeah, you don't need two of those, even though they do stack.
Got the Stygian Desolator, so Monet, see what he can do. Divine Rapier being built again here for 23. Long time ago, I watched 23 play a game as Arc Warden, buy 3 Divine Rapiers, never use them.
They still need to find some neutral items. There is one missing for Doom and one missing for Lina.
Oop. Reconnect to the game. So, gonna be going to camera for a second. How are ya? And
How you guys doing? I got my cable stuck, and we'll unstuck that. Use the option.
we're here the entire time. We were just standing right here looking at the game.
I'm gonna be playing as Monkey King. You are the throne, B-Cop, and I'm gonna bam, 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 try to kill you. Having some connection issues. Hopefully that's gonna be resolved soon. But this game, 60-minute plus, another one for Aurora. They love to push it.
It was pretty
super
good.
late game.
How many of their games, we were talking about a couple series ago, BetBoom having a very long duration on their games, but now it feels like Aurora's games are all 60 minutes plus. And IG too, because they had a long series yesterday as well. Even though it was only 2 games, I think their second game was 60 minutes plus.
Yeah.
We've been seeing a lot of tier 5s, and I'm the game right now, it's just the throne. I'm really excited to see what the next fight
They
is.
do have Glyph available, but double Wukong's command coming off cooldown. They do have Deso 2 on Monkey King. They do have Viper with his shard. Don't know if they want to straight up commit to try to kill it, but they can use one Wukong's, try to see what happens. Maybe they can get a kill, start focusing it down, get a Glyph, and then with because I believe 9 out of 10 heroes have buybacks available. So.
Yeah, just the Grimstroke doesn't have buyback.
No, 23 actually used his buyback.
Oh,
so he doesn't have it, so that's the big one.
Yeah, we lose our eyes on the game, and all of a sudden we forget what's what. But buybacks
Can't even
were used by
remember all
Monet.
10 heroes that we have in the game.
So nothing's happening in the game right now. Players have also disconnected, so you're not missing anything. But we're trying to figure out a solution at the moment. So while we figure out a solution, throw it to a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. The lobby as close to what it was when the disconnect happened. It seemed like all of Dota just died for everybody, so nobody could reconnect. Everybody got kicked from the game immediately, and we have remade it as close to possible from where we were. So we're 65 minutes into the game. Let's get hype.
Yeah, let's get hype.
We're jumping into a 65-minute game.
Glyphs are ready for both of the teams. Refresher ready for Monkey with the double Wukongs available. Doom has
his
double. He ate his creep. He was missing a creep, but JT did manage to get something. So War Stomp is now available, potentially ×2 with that refresher. Divine Rapier, 1 available on Weaver. We also have tier 5 neutral items, Stygian Desolator. 51k gold lead for Aurora.
It's like we never missed a beat. We're back at where we were. Everybody at home, just take a deep breath in. Get excited.
I want to see Aurora. I mean, it's been a pretty long pause, so they probably discussed what needs to happen, whether they want to wait for the next Roche.
Ordered some food.
Yeah, Icon says Roche is ready, but on my screen, but it's gonna respawn in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So 2 minutes until the next Roche. They don't necessarily need to rush anything. The one who doesn't have buyback, who used it in the previous fight, the big one, is 23. So they're probably going to wait until that's going to reset so he can eat his Ags, unlock another slot, and then wait for Roche. Pick up the Aegis.
Yeah, so we have a lot of time probably to regroup, remember where we were. Everybody just close your eyes. Imagine a 62-minute game where chaos was among us. Everybody was hitting each other. Divine Rapiers were falling.
Yeah, problem is they have 2 supports who don't deal well with mega creeps. They die so quickly. You get inside of Wukong's command, you're mostly gonna die in a second.
I forgot Q was a core in this game. I'll be honest, it's been a while.
Yeah, level 28 on Hoodwink. Hitting for 400 plus, double Acorn shot charges, Apex as well available. And it's quite a lot of damage.
Viper hitting for 808 currently. Now it changed, but I did the math right prior. Really hitting hard. So almost 60,000 net worth on the Viper because he's got Sanjin Yasha and Butterfly in the backpack.
Yeah, so most likely what he wants to do is keep 1 slot if he drops Divine Rapier, keep his buyback. His buyback cost right now is 4.7. Also almost 5,000 gold for a buyback.
Almost
and
all
also,
of Ryan's net worth.
Yeah, he can also pop a BKB, put a Butterfly in, or put that SNY. JT having a lot of fun in the bottom lane. Amplified damage did spawn top. Let's see.
Tier 5 token he hasn't used yet. Might not like his options. We got back into the game. JT was like, why are our barracks gone?
Big troll.
He's like, this isn't right.
So yeah, go back to supports. Lion level 23, Grimstroke level 22. Still yet to see the big Vombo combo coming out from Grimstroke. Double Doom, double Laguna Blade.
There's Roche, but was that 2 minutes already? I feel like I've lost my ability to tell how quickly time happens.
Yeah, there's Aghanim Scepter available. The only one who doesn't have it is Ollie. So when he picks that one up, we'll have Flaming Lasso, double Flaming Lasso available. Eats it immediately.
Yeah, I was going to say, did they give it to him? Or were they just going to have Monkey King sell his?
69 minutes into the game. Nice. We're going to have to see if they go in and try to go for the end. Lordanov is going to be the one holding the Aegis.
Not going to see that amplified damage that's in the river. Both teams have their glyphs ready to go.
It is time to go. Drop those Wukongs, double BKB, focus the throne, get the glyph. And then with the next one, maybe even buybacks, you can focus down the throne. Monet needs to be the big damage dealer in this one.
You can see the damage already on Lordanov, who's now got this Aegis, but they look for the kill on Monet. They've got the Rolling Thunder with the BKB being popped. They go to the lasso. It's going to be thrown on the Doom. JT's in a little bit of trouble. LSA, that lands on Lordanov. They go to Wukong's command. The Doom's going to be thrown out. That's onto the Monkey King. Jabs back with the Rolling Thunder. JT low, gone, dead, has buyback. So, Wukong's down. Lasso, Rolling Thunder, Sharpshooter, all down. Doom also down.
23 eats the cheese, ready for another round with the refresher. Doom needs to buy back.
Has his refresher ready to go. He's going to hold it because Doom's not on the longest cooldown, so if Aurora don't commit, he'd like to have the double Doom for another fight.
Yeah, he chose the magic lamp. That's his neutral item of a choice. He's been holding that token for 10 minutes or 40 minutes with the pause, deciding what he wants to do with it. So having a hard dispel against Batrider can be really good, getting that extra heal so that you can get your BKB Wind Waker off. And now, no buyback. He's the only hero in the game that doesn't have buyback. Lion's gonna reset in 10 seconds.
Yeah, Lion, his buyback is worth about a Hex. Maybe an Earth Spike. Oh, JT, nothing to say. Boots of Travel, level 2. Now they've got the Earth Spike, E-Blade, Laguna, and the Finger. And Jabs is dead. They wander out here. It doesn't cost them. They get this kill. Lion now, 4 hours into this game, has 7 stacks on his finger.
Hell yeah. Level 23. Speaking of level 25, that could be a big one. If he gets the AoE Hex, you don't care about those Lincoln Spheres.
That could be big, but he's only level 23, about to be 24, so a Wisdom Rune is not going to be there, because it should be there at 70 minutes, but I don't know if it was taken a minute and a half ago.
Has been killed.
Monet
Another Divine Rapier.
run.
Nothing to say. Has one on the courier. Locked. His buyback available.
There.
Well, not anymore. Pirate Hat.
Did that Wisdom Rune just spawn?
Radiant are scanning.
I don't know.
Didn't see.
I feel like he walked past it. It wasn't there at 70 minutes, and now it's 72. But Divine Rapier and the Spell Amp form. So we got both Divine Rapier types. That Laguna Blade, the LSA, the Dragon Slave, boosted.
It's going to be a lot of damage coming out from that Laguna Blade.
In a perfect world, they would love Soulbind, double, or quadruple Laguna, double Finger.
He doesn't have a refresher. He did want to go for it long time ago. That was like 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, but now he's going Axe, which against Lornoff would be good. Use a Dark Portrait on Lornoff. He's only 500 gold away from it. E-Blade now picked up for Lion, so he's going to pop some people with the Finger. Potentially a little bit.
Look at Lornoff. He's ready to go in. Lincoln Sphere thrown on him.
Monet wants that Moon Shard, that Courier coming out and around on that extra wide map that we had since that patch. 40% bigger. LSA lands, Lincoln's no longer on him, replaced on him, Rolling Thunder coming
Shield
through
Rune
from
as well on
Jazz.
top of him. He's focusing
Or
it down.
looking at the throne. Oh, that Earth Spike hit just about everybody. They're going to go in with a Laguna Blade, but it's not going to be enough damage with the BKB pop by Monet. They go to the Wind Waker from JT. He gets out of
Another
the circle.
Wukong,
The
JT.
double lasso. Now they've got the Wukongs once again. They get the kill on a JT. He's there for 2 minutes. Lornoff trying to focus the throne.
Glyph.
He's got the Aegis on the Lornoff. They get the kill on Monet. The Divine Rapier's on the
They're
deck.
focusing
They've
the
got
throne.
themselves the Glyph. Earth Spike on the ground, but doesn't stun up enough.
This is what they wanted. They got
Monet.
the Glyph. They got the buyback out of Monet, and Doom, he does not have buy, so 100 seconds. They're going to need to lifesteal. Lornoff putting in Satanic in his inventory to go back to almost full HP.
There's that Ags on Grimstroke, so maybe the double dark Portrait, but Aegis is running out. So how willing are they to go without the Aegis?
With next Wukongs, they still have a little bit of time. They have good 45 seconds with no Doom available. I think that's going to be the timing.
Well,
Try
they
to
have
poke,
80
see what
seconds
happens.
without Doom at all.
He's going in.
Q scurrying, being an annoying squirrel. 24 seconds with Wukongs on cooldown, 70 seconds without Doom. It's going to be a long minute here for IG. Gleipnir on to 2, Bushwhack on both. Now Inkswell going to take that off. Jabs goes in with the Rolling Thunder, the boundless strike out of Bobico, who's trying to get in, but he's dead immediately. He's got buyback, double lasso. That is on nothing to say as well as X-Nova. X-Nova doesn't have buyback, he bought it on the Axe. Sharpshooter comes through with the Rolling Thunder, the right click's coming out from Lornoff, trying to take the throne, and it's going to game 3 as Aurora tie it up 1 apiece. They got that Glyph, they went back in.
It was just one of the few heroes who comes online super fast. He makes side lanes very difficult to play. And you're also going to have Spirit Vessel to stop the healing coming out from this Phoenix, and also something to deal with refraction. So Keeper of the Light, he needs to pop off. I feel like Nothing to Say needs to be able to get stuff done in this game. Also planting down Observer Ward. I also want to see either Sentry, or I want to see them play around that camp that Keeper of the Light can stack. You also have Chen in the team. Xno, one of the best Chen players out there, starting with double Sentry, wants to have multiple camps available. It is like one of the reasons why Chen is near 100% contest rate is this hero just does so many things. Buying into aura items, whether you need drums, whether you need some solar crest, mech of course, and also the map is so big, which means that you're gonna be able to get the creep no matter what.
And the creep that he wants is the Hill Troll Berserker. That one gonna give him break. So 3-second break if he gets it. Would be nice to have against this Bristleback and the, I love that set, the Abominable Snowman Primal Beast set. And a little bit of early Illuminate damage. Monet gonna back off 2 Bounty Runes apiece. And you said it right, you know, the pace is needed for the side of IG. Good luck, have fun, specifically to Ollie from JT. Into the Shadow Realm, Q forced to TP out. So we'll see how the pacing works here for IG. Even
JT, Ollie can't catch a break.
No, not at all. It continues to just be tipping back and forth. They love each other. That's the thing, though. You just got to understand it's all in love, right?
Most definitely. They do have also a break mechanic. You did mention the troll creep that Chen can pick up, but having Hoodwink in the team also helps out quite a lot.
For sure.
Having that burst damage against Bristleback, and also Lifestealer later on. This hero doesn't come online as fast if you're also going into Armlet compared to some other carry heroes, but once he gets to his fourth item, Lifestealer we've seen it multiple times, he can 1v3 if the heroes don't have enough to deal with him, and also amplifying damage, Slaughter with Corrosive Haze. So this time around, it's not going to be that easy of a game for Bristleback.
Would you ever switch an item build up here for Slaughter, or
Slaughter does have
to say like get Silver Edge or something?
I don't think it's necessary, at least not early on. You have Spirit Vessel, you have Corrosive Haze with these two combo of an item plus a spell. Should have enough to deal with him before he can get the spell mechanic. We've seen Lotus Orbs being a good pickup on Bristleback, BKB as well to have that dispel mechanic, and Wind Waker. I think that's the biggest one.
Yeah, Wind Waker is usually like the 3rd or 4th item for a Bristleback, just to make sure that they're able to survive a little bit longer, throw some Quill Sprays out there. But right now you can see that Ags is early in the quick buy 423. Now I'm looking over mid, just keeping an eye, because in the last game, Lornoff, he popped off, but in lane, he
got
was
shut down.
Getting shut down pretty heavily.
The thing about this matchup is you have refraction. As soon as you start to get more levels, even if you get hit by a blast, you don't care about it. All the damage is going to be soaked in. And Lornoff pops the stick, goes back to full HP, full mana.
Stands here to throw out that Illuminate. Needs to be careful about what Lornoff is throwing his way, because that is some high damage when you're a Coddle, a 1v1 like that, if you just stand still. And Monet, he had a free game pretty much games 1 and 2 in the lane.
Yeah, he did. Should have a decent laning stage in this one as well. Having Chen does help out a lot. This is not a killer lane for them by any means. Nothing to say.
Gonna buy a salve.
Yeah. Not something that you want to do early on, but you don't buy into bottles, so bringing in some kind of extra regen is definitely needed. Lornoff knows the matchup really well, playing super aggressively, getting on top of his hill. We could talk about stacking for Coddle, definitely needed for him to be able to clear some of these big camp stacks, small camp stacks as well. They haven't been blocked.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. He's just, every time there's an Illuminate being charged up, Lornoff is stepping up on Nothing to Say and just hitting him down pretty heavily. It's forcing, yeah, Nothing to Say to be in this odd area where Illuminate's kind of hitting on the edge of it. so he could stay far enough out from getting right-clicked, and these quill sprays are starting to stack up. Good tree break there from 23 with the Quelling Blade. That
turnaround
JT's out of position because they don't get the bushwhack, and Ollie gets first blood on JT.
Let's
if
see
there's
the
not
old
a
chat.
tamper in all chat, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, the great turnaround play. They did cut down the branch. Bobica might try to go for a kill maybe with the bushwhack, try to surprise him, but not gonna be as easy. Good start for Aurora.
Really well done there, too, to just have the wherewithal. Quick little break on the tree. Because I think if you're held up for even a slight moment, JT gets bashed back up and you probably end up dying. Not really about the damage there for the bash, because like we've talked about, it's usually Slithering Crush that is the main pickup for Slardars these days. It's your farming tool, and it is honestly some decent slow and stun duration.
Yeah, it's the one ability that really scales. So want to keep 1 point in bash, Guardian Sprint, lower the cooldown of it. You can move between the camps much faster. X-Nova, maybe he can be the one when the lane is pushed in. Monet's farming underneath the tower to make a move, and there it is, making the move with the Chen creeps, trying to backstab Phoenix. Not the easiest hero to kill, so they're gonna go for Bristleback.
He's got that Hill Troll Priest. As they're gonna go for 23. He's also got that Ghost with the Frost attacks, but with the TP back from Q. Oh, IG are gonna give up on this. Going for it under the tower is a little bit risky. Good idea from IG to back off. You don't want to give up unnecessary kills to a Bristleback. We've seen how that works. IG did that against Ame in their game, where Ame got about 3 kills over bottom in a heartbeat and was able to really pop off from there.
Gotta be careful. This hero has a lot of turnaround potential to get hit by 2-3 quill sprays. He turns his back. One coming out from Bristleback, the other one coming out from the spell. 23. Clearing some of these here, creeps, and looking at the jabs in the top lane, he's pulling the creep wave away. Doesn't have much mana to work with. Morinov is the big winner in this one. Keeper of the Light really suffering. Will need a good amount of stacks to come back into the game.
They'll go again onto 23. 3 heroes here. Bash need to get in front of him. Blood Grenade turning around, starting to throw out a lot of quills, and they just cannot kill this guy. Nothing to say finally shows up. They're going to need a 4th. The Illuminate's finally what does it.
What is this hero? He's level 4. Needs 4 heroes to be killed. Can only imagine what happens at level 5. Level 6, they're not going to have that 6th hero to join.
So Keeper of the Light, nothing to say, makes that switch. He had Boots of Travel queued up, but since he got that kill, got a decent chunk of gold, got 2 charges on that urn now, he'll go straight to that Spirit Vessel. So they really want to continue to punish Bristleback. On top of which, what I really like here is from X-Nova, because of the damage that they're taking from the quills in that constant spray, he's going mech first, and that's going to enable some early sustainability where they can continue to go for him and get that kill.
It's going to be a lot about sustain. They can reset multiple times. Keeper of the Light with the heals, Urn of Shadow / Spirit Vessel, and Chen with ulti plus mech coming out. So damage from Aurora, it needs to be explosive. They need to use Bedlam on Bristle or Primal Beast, who runs in, get the kill. Lorinov definitely not going to lack damage at the early stages of the game, considering that he is at the top of the network at the moment, and will take an early tower.
This makes things a little bit more difficult for Nothing to Say, as he won't be getting Boots of Travel, so his mobility is a little bit to be desired. He'll probably get Boots of Travel after the Spirit Vessel, but if he can get to this Vessel quickly and get a couple of kills, maybe losing that tower doesn't matter as much, where he gets gold from kills instead. But we'll see. And this entire time, Monet is doing well too. He's 55 and 13. He's going into the Armlet as well as the Radiance. So with his lane being pretty open up against this Primal Beast, he's fine with where he's at.
A lot of the times we will see Radiance straight up coming out from Lifestealer, but in this one, picking up Helm, having that extra armor against TA, against Bristleback, can make a lot of difference. Your Radiance is delayed, but you also have an item to play off early if necessary. And they might need him to join in some of these early engagements, because Chen, he's a bit of a slower one. Things did slow down for him, unable to get the ganks going on these tanky heroes. Ollie as well on Phoenix, not the easiest hero to kill.
I need that extra control, and
Radiant's top tower is
Chen,
under attack.
300 gold away from finishing off that mech. Bushwhack misses. JT, we're seeing it again that he's going into the Soul Ring, and right now he's on the run. Onslaught, Pulverize, Sunray on a JT, two-man Slithering Crush. Will walk right at Ollie with purpose, but just
high
to die in
five
his
Ollie
face.
or something right in front of his face, as you said. 1k gold lead for Aurora.
So yeah, Kato got
Oh,
this
big
missile real quick.
stacks. Being cleared by Lorinov right now. That's going to be his Blink Dagger. Skipping Dragonlance completely. I think it's still a good Dragonlance game / Hurricane Pike. And the Illusion also dragged the creep wave to him. So Lorinov net worth is through the roof. 5,000 net worth
That is
for 10-minute mark.
min-maxing. So let's see this again. Going after JT. And Pulverize the Sunray on him, and then JT just, before he dies, goes to Ollie and just...
Can't
gives
believe
him a kiss.
Ollie didn't tip him or anything. That's why he's so upset.
Solar Bind, Ollie, Slithering Crush, instant revenge. I always take a... Yeah, I love that we click on JT every time he kills Ollie, just to
It's
see
mandatory.
that.
It's the
Yeah.
law, okay?
That's really... I love that.
Radiant's bottom tower is
So
under
that'll push Coddle closer to the Boots Travel. He's only got 500 gold at this point, though. But back to the Dragonlance for Lorinov. So going into the Blink,
Yeah, it's really good Pike game against Slardar, against Coddle, and of course Lifestealer, so that you have some extra protection on top of a Blink Dagger before that Radiance kicks in.
Smoke picked up here for Bobica, and he's the one to keep an eye on, but
Oh,
uncharacteristically...
what are you doing, Bobica? He's not going for Maelstrom
No,
immediately,
uncharacteristically,
instead getting
Rod
Rod of
Atos.
Atos. Maybe, I mean, I can't really blame him. This is something that Crit does, not playing super greedy. You can stop the dive, you can stop Primal Beast, dive from Phoenix, and it's also a setup for your combo.
And he kind of has to not
tower is under
be
attack.
greedy in a game like this, because Chen kind of wants a lot of gold to start. And you could see that X-Nova is getting more farm priority than he is to get that early sustainability with the mech. So it's not too shocking that he's taking a little bit of a back seat, but just not something you see often for Bobica. Onslaught with the Bramble Maze and the Bedlam on jabs. Nothing to say, gets caught here.
That's going to be such a powerful combo throughout the whole game. We've seen Xtreme Gaming in the couple of previous tournaments using Dark Willow and Centaur as a combo.
Yep.
Anything that can run in, anything with a Blink Dagger. Throw that Bedlam before jumping in.
Is under attack.
TA really pulling it away here. 1,000 gold up on Monet. It was close previously, but that big stack,
Tower is under
as well as the efficiency in farming, is really well done to get that extra boost ahead of the Lifestealer.
An attempt from Aurora to go into enemy triangle and steal some of the stacks, but all the stacks have been cleared already, I believe. JT, he's been the one who didn't have that much farm. If you go back like 2.5 minutes when he died, he was sitting at basically 0 gold. Just bought that Soul Ring, but he got a kill, he got a tower, and now about to pick off his Blink Dagger jabs.
Onslaught when he's solar bound, so he's really slow. 23 comes in, they go to the Supernova, they're gonna pop the egg quickly, but that's the light of jabs.
23 denied the egg.
23, he might die, but the Bedlam on top of him, throwing those quills on a Monet, doesn't do enough damage. They end up getting jabs, they take out 23, the deny on the Phoenix, the TP attempt, but there's the Acorn shot in the
Got him with the
Bushwhack IG. They will get 4 heroes here in a very good fight for them.
Took them a little bit more time to kill Primal Beast. He did have Shield Rune available, so 23 at least getting a deny on Ollie. That's something that you can do. But some big damage numbers, and we wanted to see Monet playing slightly more aggressive, playing with the team, and he did join, getting involved in some of these early kills.
I would say that's the major difference between Monet and Ame when you compare the two. I feel like Ame's very willing to get involved early on, especially in the days when he was playing Spectre a lot. He was just in all the time.
But Ame, you know, it really depends. If what you're playing as a Lifestealer, you don't expect them to join as early.
Yeah.
Monet still had Infest available, so there's going to be a lot of turnaround potential. Somebody gets jumped, Mech plus Hand of God, Infest. If you don't get the kill, you might be in a very difficult spot.
Link, Slithering Crush, they're trying to shut down 23. This is what they need. They've got the break,
broken.
Illuminate, and the Blinding Light to push him back.
Third death. Not having Aghanim Scepter yet, 14 minutes into the game.
I mean, this is something that the panel talked about, right? Like the pace of game. It needs to be quick.
Yeah, you also have Templar Assassin in the team who did clear massive stacks, so Bristle didn't get the priority. That also means that Lorinov will need to do something with the farm and priority that he has gotten so far.
Do you think there should have been a shift in idea there where you should have given it to the Bristle to get him, say, this 14-minute Ags or this 13-minute Ags?
You have Coddle and Slaughter. They can clear those stacks, like not the fastest, but if they're here, if they take one of those good fights in the triangle, and look at Monet, he is stealing their stacks.
And they have no idea. Although I say that, Jabs pings it out, and Monet wisely backs off. That's really well done. He's going into the Radiance, almost has enough for the Sacred Relic. Stacks being made again. 3,000 net worth lead here for IG. Nothing to say, looking to get that Force Staff next. So mobility items for him as well as that Vessel.
Needs something. He needs some kind of a protection.
Just clearing up these creep waves, Illuminate, Blinding Light, TPing towards top again where the rest of his team is at. Jabs and Monet see each other, but there they go. The ult popped by Nothing to Say, trying to get a solar bind on somebody to slow them down.
JT wants Ollie.
Jabs for a while, and yeah, JT started to see Ollie, and he can immediately see the tunnel vision. So, off that, Aurora smoke themselves. Not with the TA again. Bobica, though, scurrying away, pulverized Bedlam, some trouble with the Supernova, the Hand of God, but they can't save Nothing to Say. Onslaught, Solar Bind before he died, so now Jabs is quite slow. They get the Sharpshooter turn around to get the kill into Jabs. They'll look over at Q. Monet with the Rage, lasting a second longer, but now needs to back off as 23 shows his face, and so does Lorinov.
Keeper of the Light, very squishy hero. If you get on top of him, that was a blink reveal. From Jabs, locks onto a target, another Bedlam combo. Looking at Chen's creeps, he does have a lot of armor. Love his itemization. Buckler providing 2 extra armor. Ogre Frost Mage, aka Vampire Mage. For now, it's going to be 4 armor, going to start to scale, and Toughness Aura, so extra 3 coming out. So that's plus 9 armor for the whole team, pretty much.
No Hill Troll Berserker yet, though.
Yeah, and also Divine Favor. This is just level 1. Here you go, 9 armor. In the previous patch, it has been nerfed from 12 to 9. I still don't know why it's 9 at level 1, but okay.
Yeah, level 4, 18. That's a
Big
lot
numbers.
of armor. Yeah.
And he also has Arcane Ring for himself, so that's gonna be...
It's such a good spell that you could keep it at level 1 and still make it feel so strong. So, Arcane Ring for himself going into the Guardian Greaves, still wants to have that extra sustain. IG, the pace of the game for them has stayed pretty high. That last fight, though, with Jabs getting the kill and Nothing to Say, slows it down a bit. Not only do they want to have this pace of game so they can have the advantage, but sure as hell bet they're hungry.
Yeah, and love this move. With Slardart, level 2 Corrosive Haze. Chen, you definitely have more than enough damage. You have sustain coming out.
Scan from the Dire connects, but they're not really moving towards Roach.
They should know something
They back
is up.
off.
There is Observer Ward for both teams. One's going to expire
Now
for
they start to
G2.iG.
group up. But I think they kind of had the time, but they backed away with the scan connecting. They'd rather fight.
JT.
OBS is here, though, for the Radiant side. They'll pop the dust. They don't find anybody just yet. Icarus dive. No
Got him,
Supernova. Got some on the back end of the dive. And they get the kill into Ollie.
He has buyback available. No tier 1 tower to TP to. Infest has been used. And now going for Roche. Aurora, they want to take the fight. Only with the buy.
Need to be careful. They don't have Sharpshooter.
Creeps are dying. He killed them off instantly.
Bushwhack. Illuminate doing some damage with the Solar Bind. Sharpshooter still on cooldown for 20 seconds, so they need to kind of hold out a little bit so they could have this break mechanic to kill off 23.
Ollie is bottom. He's thinking about going through the gates. That could be a really risky move. For now, this fight is 4v5. Ollie is AFK, afraid of JT.
JT buff when hitting Ollie. So they'll back away from where the twin gate is. They get the scan, so that's probably the go button.
Ollie's not moving. I'm watching
Ollie
the
the second
bottom.
they step in. But they got Sharpshooter back. There was a 20-second window where I think Aurora, without Sharpshooter, found themselves in a decent spot to maybe fight with 23. But again, the infest into JT. 23 is going to be the one who spotted. They go to the Blink as well as the Sharpshooter. They have the damage, and 23's dead.
You
Even
only need
with that trap with the silence, they can't do anything.
Yeah, you only need to charge your Sharpshooter for a short period of time. Any kind of stun, Blink stun from Slardar will do the trick. And now Roshan belongs to G2.iG. Ollie didn't even go through the gates.
No, never did. He always waited at the starting line, at the gate, and never made it there. But Blink, Swithering Crush into the Shadow Realm with the BetBoom Force Staff onto the high ground, but the Blinding Light sends it back into the river. Looking to terrorize, but will still die to nothing to say with the Illuminate.
Last couple of minutes have looked really good for G2.iG. Getting a lot of stuff done on the map. Even though Lornoff is the most farm hero in the game, Monet is online. Having Armlet, having Radiance, Aegis just picked up. It's gonna be time to open up the map slightly more, kill off this tier 1 tower in the mid lane, so that they can get another entrance to the enemy triangle. And this is where Aurora is gonna be farming, trying to stack up as much as possible. You have good heroes to clear the stacks with. Chen getting the shard. Now you can use Ancient Creeps.
Yeah. 20 minutes into the game, I mean, that's a good shard to get that you don't have to buy. And he's looking to bolster his team even more, going into the Solar Crest. So, quite happy with what he's got at the moment. Bobica not going Gleipnir, so no Maelstrom, but looking Orchid.
I don't know if he wants to fully commit to that. We'll see. It's great against Dark Willow, and looking at Q, we did mention that he's one of the greediest fours so far in the tournament after finishing off 4 staffs so that he can get out of trouble. Going back to Hand of Midas, he wants to scale.
I do want to know how that talk was with Bobica, though, because it was clearly like, hey, Bobica, this game don't do what you normally do and be super greedy, and it's just... It must be so unnatural for him to not farm as heavily as he has with this Hoodwink, especially. Ancient Black Dragon, creep for the Chen.
Gotta have another one pretty soon. You need that level 2 to control 2 Ancient Creeps.
And just going onto the tier 2 tower. So Monet, they need something to stop him. And what they do is with the Dragonlance, at least clear up the creeps and try to activate that backdoor protection and make sure Monet can't really hit through this. He's going into the Manta style next. Has enough for that Diadem, just trying to get the gold to finish it off.
Jab's going for enemy XP rune. We'll snatch that one.
Enemy XP rune a minute and a half after it spawns, still available.
G2.iG classic at this point.
Yeah. Shard for Q was also picked up with the Tormentor being done for Aurora. And I like this shard. The Cursed Crown upgrade gets you Bramble Maze, even more brambles around after it pops. Talked about JT. His lane wasn't amazing, but he did get a lot of farm with the open space that he was given afterwards. And he's going into the Heaven's Halberd as well as picking up that shard.
I've seen quite a lot of Heaven Halberds on Slardards lately, especially when you play into this ranged Templar Assassin hero.
Right.
You get a disarm off. That's going to be nice, having some mischance on top of it. Some status resistance. Slardar is that type of a hero that tends to scale pretty well, especially when you have Lifestealer in the team. You two are playing off each other. Most likely going to be the carrier of Lifestealer throughout the whole game. Voronov, thinking what he needs, has MKB in his quick buy, some extra burst damage against Blinding Light, against Radiance, that missed chance. Even Hoodwink, that's quite a lot of evasion coming out, 35%.
With the scurry, man.
Yep.
Southern Crush now with that shard gives that corrosive haze for a short moment of time, and it's just about having that minus armor and making sure you can burst through these heroes quick enough, because like we've seen with Bristlebacks previously, if you can survive the initial burst, you can do a lot of damage and turn it around.
This tower is gone. They're not going to defend.
They lost the mid-tier too as well.
Are already in position, and I love itemization. AC, that's going to be like a quicker AC on Monet. Knows that most of the damage is going to come from Bristleback and TA, so it's very easy to itemize, knowing that most of their damage is physical. That's why we see this Solar Crest being built, Guardian Greaves as well, extra armor coming out. Monet sieging the high ground.
First crown not going to go off with the rage used, thinking about the Terrorize. And put some damage onto the tier 3 tower. 8 seconds remaining on this Aegis, and with that, they'll back away.
Look at Lifestealer's armor, 40 armor. Make it even more, 43 right now, has 70% physical reduction. So things are gonna get even more difficult. Aurora with this Bristleback lineup and Templar Assassin, these heroes tend to slightly fall off compared to some other heroes.
IG know the pace they want to set. They smoke after backing off when the Aegis expired. Good scan, though, connects from Aurora and catches IG that are smoked up coming across.
He knows something's up.
Yeah, 23 can't commit to farming that Ancient Camp, and IG should get an idea at that, with those creeps kind of being out of the camp that he was around. So, Xnova, happy with what he has so far. Nothing to say as that Octarine core. We'll see what he queues up next. Still that Heaven's Halberd for Slardar being built, but he's got 1,800 gold. And for the side of Aurora, I'm looking at items that are coming out, and I'm not sure really what's going to be the massive game changer here. Maybe this MKB.
MKB is going to be a lot of damage. Bristle is not going to be as tanky. He does have Plate Mail for Lotus Orb, now full Lotus Orb completed. So we'll have the spell mechanic, which is nice, but you don't have the Bloodstone yet.
So there's that Sanj. As these teams kind of taking a break a little bit and fighting, knowing that Roche is up in a minute 32 potentially. IG not really pushing the risk yet. They were smoked. They were looking to fight and catch somebody off guard, but Aurora positioned around the map really well to avoid any movements that are coming through from IG, and the scans have been really on point there too.
JT, he needs to TP.
Right as I
They do have an
outpositioning was great.
He's
Lotus
broken,
Orb
he's dead.
Not going to be enough to save him, so 23 ends up dead. Q falls to JT, and Aurora try to save 23, and it forces a second death on the team.
They're going to go for high ground.
Yeah.
No Bristle for 50 seconds.
Boy.
They do have sustain. They have pretty much all the items. 1,000 gold away from AC on Lifestealer. These are going to be long 40 seconds. Monet starts to munch onto that tower. Dragon Scale, damage over time, definitely helps.
Thing is, they don't really need to commit on the side of IG after getting this rack set. They don't have to push for more, knowing that Roche is going to be up soon. So if you feel uncomfortable while Bristle gets close to coming back alive, you just back up. You go get Roche. You don't have to force anything at the moment.
Especially if it's going to be an early Roche spawn.
Yeah. Well,
on the Dire side, she's much more valuable.
Hard for
and
them.
Aurora, they know something is up. Also, them being able to steal Aegis away from Bristleback and TA lineup. That these heroes, they rely on it. Observer Ward plays down.
The three-man crush! They've got the Illuminate coming through. Icarus dive off the map as well as the Sunray. Ollie trying to get out of here with the Pulverize under nothing to say. Sharpshooter being charged up. That's going to land onto this Primal Beast. It doesn't hit 23, so he's not broken. Terrorize, what is happening to GT? He was stuck in the tree. So Monet pops out of him, and now Rage TP out, but Aurora want more. This time's well with Roche.
Roche about to respawn. Aurora, they need to use this.
Chen out. Whoa,
Very limited
whoa.
lockdown. It's time to go. Somebody needs to check the Roche, and they're also going to be able to kill off this tower. Lorinov is going in. They've been blessed by the Roche spawn.
This completely turns the game. The high pressure, the high pace from IG. Now
I love when a hero
head.
can get out of the map. He can get outside
Twice.
and can't be targeted.
And that terrorize was huge. That's what made JT just kind of, I don't know what happened to controlling the hero, but even with the terrorize, the fear, it put him in this weird up-down pathing.
Yeah, I still feel they should be taking the fights. There's going to be a big item that Heaven's Halberd on JT. Would definitely love to have that one in the previous fight. AC about to be completed on Monet. I don't think they should wait until Aurora give them another 4 or 5 minutes to utilize this Aegis to continue to farm up. Bristleback finds a really good item for himself. Craggy coat, toughen up. That provides you with extra 20 armor when you pop it.
Whoa. Yeah, I usually don't take that item.
It's a really good item. Like this, he's going to be sitting at 50 plus armor.
A solid toughen up active ability.
Maybe they should also wait for Keeper of the Light to finish off his Aghanim Scepter. 1 component away, even less, 600 gold. I just want them to speed up the tempo a little bit because this 8k gold lead that they have, they should utilize it. And I feel like they could fight into Cheese and Aegis.
Yeah, they need to be careful just about the positioning, but I agree with you. You can't let Bristleback get to his Bloodstone.
Bloodstone, Yule Scepter, multiple ways of surviving in a team fight.
And giving a full Roche duration, if that's the idea to sit back and wait, would put them in a pretty poor position. So,
You wanted to see Silver Edge. Monet has one queued up as his next item. That's going to be pretty much his final item before he can pick up the Shard, Aghanim Scepter upgrade, sell his armlet, go for the bigger item. There's still a lot of room to grow.
yeah, you know, especially in that last fight where Sharpshooter ends up hitting the Primal Beast instead of the Bristle, they have trouble killing 23 at that point. I really do see that this Silver Edge kind of feels needed for Monet if they don't want to just lose their timing completely, right? You need to be able to have that continuous break.
They have those 3 big items that we did mention. AC, Aghanim Scepter, Will-O-Wisp upgrade on Coddle, and Heaven's Halberd on Slardar. So, time to make a move, make something happen. You can see that Aurora, they still are not being the ones who are crossing the river, trying to utilize this Aegis.
Yeah, they're staying on the outer skirts of the map. That extra 40%, trying to farm up these camps as best they can. Also, Bobica, he switched it up. He's going into the Gleipnir, or
Yeah,
at least
makes
that's
sense.
what he's got queued up.
I don't think he would get the value out of Orchid. So wants to scale, wants to be able to clear the creep waves with 1 Acorn shot, level 15 talent, getting close to that.
So there's the Ags finished for Keeper of the Light. Ignis Fatius is now available in the Will-O-Wisp. So, nothing to say, we'll have that. A little extra control. There's IG. Like you said, they're the ones looking, they're searching. But at the same time I say that, you've got Hoodwink farming as they start to group up near each other.
Hoodwink is always farming. This hero does have the toolkit to do exact those things. Go greedy
Killing
as much as you
farm.
can.
Killing heroes, farming. There's the Bloodstone. Pretty quick on that Bloodstone before this Aegis expires. I'm a little worried that IG, the more and more they allow 23 to get, the less and less this net worth advantage is going to matter. He wants this Yules, and he wants Yasha after that, but I wouldn't truthfully be surprised if he just goes straight
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
I think you want to upgrade your Sanj to something, have another way of dispelling things. With Yules, you already have Lotus Orb. Now Spirit Vessel is not going to do as much. And this lineup from G2.iG, managed by legendary Jack Chen, doesn't build into Scotty, doesn't build into Shivas. So the only way of
Gain
reducing...
pulverize on a JT. They're looking for the terrorize, but the BKB's going to be popped. They'll go after jab.
You got the G's off.
The Illuminate comes in once again. It's going to be the sharpshooter that gets the kill onto the Primal Beast with the help of Monet. Now they look over at 23. They don't have the break mechanic for the moment, but they land the terrorize on a Monet. Still the Illuminate, the Solar Bind, the Gladiator that was finished off by Bobica. They go to the Lotus Orb. That's going to Solar Bind back on a nothing to say. Blink, Slither and Crush coming out from JT with the rage being used by Monet. He's running in. These clothes starting to stack up a little bit, but Monet dealing with a lot of health. They go after 23 for a little bit, but realizing that they just don't quite have the damage without the break and the sharpshooter, which was used on the Primal Beast.
I didn't want to commit too heavily. Aegis was about to expire in 20 seconds, so no real commitment. They did go into the fight. They took out Primal Beast, got the cheese off, but still dies. Lifestealer, level 20 talent. He's going in.
Slither and Crush, worn off, able to blink away. 23 running at these heroes, but there's the Will-O-Wisp.
Is ready if necessary.
That pulls 23 face side as the Aegis expires, but they'll take out the Will-O-Wisp. The Ignis Fatus does not do enough for IG to want to jump in again.
They don't have any big cooldowns on their team. Like the biggest one is what? I don't even know what's the longest cooldown that they're really want to have, so I expect them to take another fight. Sharpshooter, 45 seconds, that's it.
Or well, Panda God.
Are scanning.
They still have that available, so everything is ready for G2.iG.
Infesting into JT, smoke up here from Aurora. 23 shows himself with that hairball. Smokes break. He's there alone for a second, but the trap pops onto a couple. Gladnir on a 23, but he is just a little bit too far for them to want to commit. A lot of traps on these steps. As JT's gonna wander that way, see the brambles. Hairball also hits him.
XP rune.
Towards that wisdom rune, picks it up. Will-O-Wisp down again, but nobody locked in it anymore. Still navigating this maze and taking out all these traps for 25 gold constantly.
XP rune is on their side of the map. Someone can TP and get recalled by Coddle. It's a good amount of XP. This is 35-minute rune we're talking about.
If it wasn't IG, I'd agree.
It's all about that armor. X-Nova, 50 armor, pretty much. Now has Defiant Shell as his neutral item, going into Lotus Orb. So that's going to keep them even healthier. Things are looking really good for G2.iG. We did talk about some Dispel mechanics for Aurora. Level 15 talent for Primal Beast. Bristleback has his.
Avoids that Slithering Crush, but they've got the Solar Bind. There's the break again, and even with the Aurora, he can't get away.
Yeah, that's a good one. And yeah, speaking of those Dispel talents, Mel Dispel level 20, ready for Lorinov for the last minute or so.
Lorinov, he has all these damage items. He just needs the moment to use them because he's had this Deso forever. It's only got 2 charges on it.
Yeah, could we see the damage dealt? Because I feel like his damage numbers shouldn't be as high.
They might be
He's been farming a lot, but I don't feel like he's been utilizing that farm. 10.9 compared to Dark Willow, who has 8,000.
How much of that is traps, though, from TA?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want to know. 10,000.
9 out of 10.
So, Hurricane Pike. Next here for TA. As the Ancient Black Dragon is searching. And X-Nova, yeah, he's got this shard for a while. Going for the Lotus Orb next. All utility. I feel like we don't even see heroes just go all utility like this anymore.
No.
So rare.
I'll be honest. Feather now for JT. 25% evasion. Getting close to his Wind Waker, so he can go in. I don't think he gets bursted unless they lock him down with Primal Beast on top of it. I still feel he should not die. If there's Guardian Greaves, Solar Crest, and Hand of God, he should be able to survive the burst.
So, TA with that ninja gear. Trying to find somebody. Roche up in 45 seconds. So these traps, by the way, are being spotted. I don't know if that one that was further down was spotted as it was placed, but that would definitely give them the information.
Bobica has gems, so he can take care of that, but he also wants to keep the distance. Smoke on smoke action. This third Roche, very important. That's Aghanim Scepter.
Centaur, little Centaur was in there. Centaur Sun. IG wrapping around, looking for 23. Find him! Link, Swither, and Crush, but Yule's up into the air. Monet committed to that. He also took out 23's Courier that had the Yash on it, but with this Yule's, he was able to make sure that he survives a little bit longer.
I like that Bobica's being very patient. He does not want to use that sharpshooter immediately.
Illuminate flies 23's
Silver
way.
Edge,
Link,
he's
Swither, and
broken.
Crush once again. They've got the Silver Edge
Another
as well as
break.
the Sharpshooter, but the Lotus Orb's on him. The Will is not going to let him get away. The Pulverize is going to be through on X over. They get the kill into the Chen. Chen has buyback if need be to have that Hand of God.
He'll
use it.
It's time to go in. There is no Bristleback. It's a lot of their damage, and Aurora will concede to Roche. This is big.
All get out.
Yeah, I want to see who picks up that Aghanim Scepter, because Slardar doesn't have one. Lifestealer, his Aghanim Scepter is really good, but maybe they think, okay, JT, it's time for you to pick it up, because that Aghanim Scepter is really good.
Making that giant
Extra armor.
pool on the ground.
Extra 15, and he's going to pick it up.
So we'll swap out the Soul Ring for a moment. And there it is, so. Now he's got
I want to see the armor when they are sitting close to each other with all these
in the
auras.
pool.
Yeah, Divine Favor. It's going to be like 60, 70 plus. Monet, he's in. This Silver Edge pickup allows them to have a second break on 23.
They recognize that the Yasha was killed in the Courier, so they know he doesn't have buyback. Will-O-Wisp, once again, the damage on the jabs is overwhelming, and he's dead for 80 seconds, doesn't have buyback either. This could be the beginning of the end. They're up 21,000 net worth. Will-O-Wisp protecting them, but they'll glyph. This is their last glyph.
This is the beginning of an end. Potentially no Primal Beast for 60
Link,
seconds.
Swither, and
He's
Crush,
in
popping
again.
the Infesto, go after Lorinov, who's trying to get away with the Gleipnir there, but they've disarmed him, they've rooted him, and they've killed him. No
JT,
Lorinov for 90 seconds.
He's going ham. Wind Waker, Cheese, BKB at ready.
All are healed as JT in the pool. Monet moving forward. 23 Savage in trouble even with the Lotus Orb. It's not looking likely that he's going to survive this one with the Will-O-Wisp pulling him further and further in. They've got more and more control. They'll get the kill. 23 dead for 90 seconds. And IG, JT is guarding you from coming back into the game. They'll call GG and IG eliminate Aurora 2-1.
Second loss for the Bristleback at the PGL Wallachia Season 1. IG finding the way to deal with Bristleback. They had an early Spirit Vessel. They did kill him 3 times.